Hello and welcome back to the Curse at Ravenspire Dungeons & Dragons live play podcast. I am your Dungeon Master, Doug Kapoff, and joined with me are our players, Ethan, playing Rivers, the human fighter, Drew, playing Lysander, the elven bard warlock, Kevin, playing Casimir, the human sorcerer, Pat, playing Roderick, human barbarian. Finally, Darren, playing Calsulus, the tiefling rogue cleric. This is the When Bards Attack podcast. All right, welcome back to the Curse at Ravenspire, episode 6 for our When Bards Attack Wednesday night game. I am in a different place, so you may see some weird camera angles tonight, and that's quite all right. All right, with me as always, I have Pat, Drew, Darren, Ethan, and Kevin. We're going to jump right back in to where we left off. Last week, our adventurers have made their escape from the town elder's home, the Blackthorn home, with two siblings in tote. Irina, the daughter of the town elder, who has been targeted by the vampire lord Strahd, as well as her brother, Ismark. The house has been burned down, leaving that in your wake. As a mob of zombies and vampires and werewolves attempted to bring Irina in after you guys discussed sneaking her out of town. After successfully fending off the the creatures, you guys made your way up to the chapel inside the town to try to rest somewhere safe for the rest of what was left of the evening, while you all made plans of what to do next. You have met Father Donovich, who is a little bit not fully together, but the church itself is pretty well destroyed. On the inside, it's pretty much a wreck, clearly not being used. And in its basement, you heard the banging and the screaming of Father Donovich's son, who's been turned into a vampire and is currently being held down there, and has been for at least a year, based on what you heard. His son had joined a revolt when a wizard showed up in Barovia, attacked Castle Ravenloft, and most of them were either killed or turned. Over 100 villagers in total, and were sent back. The wizard fell into the river below and has never been seen again that you're aware of. So, you guys have been making plans on where to go next, and you've been talking to the priest. You've kind of gotten some supplies from him. Last I believe I heard was you guys were going to be headed towards all the way to Krezik, which is the furthest town across the Barovia Valley, which is about an 8 to 10 hour ride. You have 4 horses. You guys have procured from the Blackthorn home. And you guys were just getting ready to leave the church, so we'll kind of pick it up there inside the church. I will turn it back to you guys to discuss really what your next moves are. If there's any follow-up things you want to talk to with the priest, since that's where we kind of ended. You have the siblings, the priest, and all of you, and I will turn it to you guys now.
Can someone remind me why it was that we're going to Krezik decidedly instead of Vallaki? Was it that there was some weird priest situation in Vallaki? I remember there was something, but I can't quite place my finger on it.
Because
we said we were going to Vallaki.
Yeah, the plans that
initially, so we were going to Krezik to throw them off.
Oh, that's right, because they overheard us saying we were going to go to Vallaki.
Right.
All right, sweet, good, smart.
And all of the clues in the game have been that we should go there. So
that's how we do things. We're always 10 steps ahead. this group.
Yeah. Vallaki is on the way. Both of them are walled cities. They had kind of suggested either one would be safe. Obviously, Kresik's just further away. Vallaki is about maybe a little less than halfway there, kind of in the middle of Barovia. And I actually have pulled the map back up in case there's any other conversation you want to have about the map. It should be visible. I'll actually bring that up in the podcast here. There it is. So I will leave that to you guys to discuss. If there's anything else you guys want to talk about before you head out.
We're stopping by.
Anybody got anything?
Is there any way to pass through Vallaki without being seen? Because if we're looking at the map, it looks like the road that we're going to be on goes directly through. So if we're trying to avoid being seen there, or
we're just not wanting to stay there.
Yeah, if you're asking
so
that question, I will. If you say that out loud, are you saying that out loud, Pat?
I will, yes.
At this point, so Ismark will respond. No, Vallaki. The road does travel directly through Vallaki. We could technically go around, but we would be in the wilderness, in the woods on either side, which we can certainly do that if we wished, but the woods are considerably more dangerous than the roads, typically.
So will we have to be allowed into Vallaki? You're saying it's a walled city. So I'm guessing there's some sort of...
Yes, it is a walled city. And if we aren't allowed in for some reason, I don't know why that would be, we would have to go around.
Do they feel okay with new people?
I've not been to Vallaki since I was a child.
It seems like a weird question, but you guys just got here 2 days ago. We're not letting you in until you're fully vetted.
The priest will kind of answer. I've been to Vallaki a few times, and the town elder there, the magistrate, he is no friend of the devil Strahd. If you are against Strahd, I assure you, he will find you as a friend.
That's good to hear.
I'm sure they'll see we're not agents of Strahd. They'll open the gate. They'll let us keep a low profile, roll right through. Maybe those of us with horns toss up the hood, just kind of duck down a little bit, and we just zip right on through town.
Kind of feel like our tall friend will be more of an issue than those of us with horns and blue skin.
Which tall?
friend?
There's Roderick?
No.
Are you referring to me?
Yeah.
Oh, Casimir.
Casimir. Yeah. Being
That's a good point. I didn't think about
being
that.
from the race that is essentially enslaved to.
I would say yes. They do not look as kindly on the Vistani in Vallaki as we have here in Barovia.
I got an extreme all of a sudden.
Cool.
Is that
Good thinking.
really
In that
loud for
case,
everybody
Casimir,
else? It's just me.
Casimir, you put your hood up too then.
I was going to say, I'm sure there's a way we can change my appearance enough to make this okay.
Yeah, for sure. And then we are still
All I hear is music, dude. I can't hear that at all.
Okay. Is it? I turned the music off. Is that better?
Yes.
Go into your Foundry settings where it says music real quick. That little music button. See if you can turn yours down. Music. Turn that way down. There we go.
Okay. Well, what the
All
hell?
right, a little technical
Like,
issue
I
there.
couldn't hear you guys at all.
AV troubleshooting.
Yes, we're not in our normal places. Everything's a little odd today. Okay, so what did you say, Kevin? Sorry, in response to that.
Oh, just that I'm sure there's a way I can alter my appearance enough to pass. As something other than a Vistani.
Oh, so you are not from here? He asks. The priest asks. You are not from the Vistani? You do not serve Strahd?
I most certainly do not. No. I did not grow up here.
One of the
My
outsiders.
mother did. My mother did, and she clearly was no slave to Strahd either.
I see, I see.
He's non-practicing Vistani.
Non-denominational.
We are, as you know, we are a nomadic tribe. So
Yes, they.
my mother
they
wandered
come-
off a long time ago and never went back.
Yes, they come and go quite frequently, but he just kind of shakes it away. As you hear the sound of "Father, please let me out." Sound banging. Quiet. Look, you should probably go. He looks at the two siblings though, and looks at all of you. Probably looks at you, River, the most. Is probably the most warrior-looking person out of the group, and the priest makes his way over to you as you guys are all kind of talking in the main hallway. You will see that they, excuse me, wrong voice. You will see that they are safely made to, safely taken away from Barovia. I can trust you.
You can trust me, Father. Don't don't worry. I'll see these two to the bastion of Krezik, and we will find out a way forward with the situation in Barovia, or we will die trying.
Anybody else? Anybody react to that?
Big
River
eyes.
says that, and you guys don't really. He's not BSing. Like River's like straight, pretty much has nothing left to lose.
Whoa. Thank you, my child. Perhaps you should take this with you as well, then. If you intend to face Strahd at some point. And he just kind of pats your hand, like a knowing, like, you're probably not going to make it, but...
What is he giving me? Thanks and consolation?
Yeah, pretty much. But he kind of pats your hand, and then you see him, he turns, and he heads back into his bedroom. You see him open the door, moves into the bedroom, and underneath the bed, he pulls out something underneath the bed in a box. You guys all can see it.
Did he invite me into his bedroom? Should I follow him?
Well, it's up to you. He didn't specifically invite you, but you guys can see him. It's right off the main hall,
cool.
so you kind of see him just go in. Pulls out what looks like a pretty nice box, about couple, maybe 2 feet long, maybe a little less, 1.5 feet long. Wooden box, beautiful wooden, like mahogany box, and he picks it up and he walks it over to you, Ethan, and he kind of hands it to you. The box is old, beautiful wood, and has a crest, a golden crest of an R on it.
Sick.
If that box has a female name, I'm out of here.
Is it shaped like a really badass sword box?
It's a big wooden box. I mean,
Nice.
hard to say what's inside of it.
Does it have dust on it?
Yes.
Okay, blow the dust off, like in The Mummy Returns when he blows the dust off of the Black Book of the Dead,
Okay.
and then slide it open.
Okay, yeah, it just kind of latches and opens, and he just kind of holds it while you do. Inside, you see 3 wooden stakes, and then a beautifully inlaid kind of leather red-handled flail.
Oh wow!
The handle is red leathers that are kind of banded together, and the flail it's a ball and chain, and the ball looks like it's made out of pure silver.
Look at it with like wide eyes, a little bit like this looks like a really nice weapon. No, like very, very like a heirloom almost kind of vibe.
Yes, it was left here by a vampire hunter that came through some time ago. She left
This
it
is,
for me in case I ever needed to defend this place.
This
There's
is a
nothing
most
left here to defend.
This is a most generous gift. Are you certain?
course, of course. Use it to protect Irina and Ismark. They are like children to me.
I'll bow my head and say thank you, Father, and close it and tuck it under my arm and can divvy it up later.
Okay.
It doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence considering his actual kid is locked in the basement.
Yeah.
He hasn't killed him. I mean, killed him, quote unquote. For now, Ethan. So we don't forget, Ethan. It is a +1 flail.
Sick.
It is a
Silver flail.
well, it's magical, so it's better than silver.
+1 flail and 3 stakes.
What's that?
Would it need to be both for some enemies?
No, no. Magic goes through.
Okay.
It's like a tiered effect. Silver and magic.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Please, you should hurry. If, as you recall, basically Strahd, as you guys escaped the house, threatened from above, basically told the town, someone needs to bring Irina to the castle gates in 7 days, or he will rain terror on Barovia.
Technically, he said Tatiana, but
He did. Yes. Thank you. Good reminder. Good reminder. So, anything else?
No, not for me. I'll thank him for the generous gift and be ready to head out.
Okay. Would you all like to move on then?
Yeah, let's do it. How do you guys, before we go, how do you want to divvy up? Is there should I take the flail? Does someone else want it? And then who wants a stake?
I'll take a steak. For sure.
Yeah, I was going to say we should, the most nimble sleight of hand characters should take some stakes.
Definitely take one.
I'll take one.
I won't be any good with flail, so I feel like should be one of the frontliners.
Cool. So, Casimir, Calsolis, and Lysander each take a stake then.
I'm definitely not a frontliner, but I'll take one.
Well, no,
Yeah,
I
this
think it's
just the stake to have just in case, and Lysander is a Ghostbuster basically, so I feel like it's good for having him to just add on to the inventory, of random shit.
Yeah.
Pat, do you want the flail or not, Roderick? Or are you more of a two-handed big boy, more comfortable with a big thing?
I mean, I'm a bit more comfortable with the smithing hammer, the warhammer style, but I mean.
All right, I'm really just being polite. I will keep the flail. I really prefer to keep it, so as long as we got that out of the way.
Roderick doesn't use a shield, right?
Yeah.
Roderick?
Yeah, Roderick
Yes.
uses shield.
Not anymore.
I do. Rivers does. Roderick
Rivers
doesn't. Yeah.
does. I think it makes more sense for Rivers. You can keep your shield
Perfect.
and have the magic display on.
Okay. Cool. Nice. Perfect. Well, awesome. I will equip that for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I just had to make sure. Yeah, I took the shield off whenever I added the cloak. When I tuned to the cloak, I stopped.
You're just not going to use
Just
the
the
shield
one.
anymore? You could use a
Yeah.
shield if you choose to.
True.
Okay. All right, you divvy that up. You divvied up the other supplies. You had some potions and stuff that he gave you. He says a goodbye to both Ismark and Irina, wishes them safety and luck on their journey. And that's that. Outside, you see the sun is just starting to come up. It's still pretty dim. Would you guys like to head out?
Is everyone prepared?
As we will be.
Okay. And we did take I know Ethan did because he specifically requested it, but we did take a short rest. If anybody needed to roll hit dice, you can do that. Otherwise, with that, you all head out. And I believe it was Darren and Drew on one horse, Pat and Ethan on the other. Or is that not right?
I think Roderick had his own horse. It was River.
Has
Yeah.
a horse. Me and
Oh, that's
Casimir
right.
were on a horse,
Yeah.
and then Lysander Calsolis.
Okay, got it. Okay. You all, well, you tell me. What does this look like?
Well, let's mount up, and then we're gonna head towards the encampment, right? Before we head to the city.
It's literally on the way.
Wait.
You can technically, I mean, you guys had talked about going there, so Ismark will tell you. I can absolutely lead you. I can lead you to the Serre Pool if you want to follow me. I mean, there is a road that does go around it if you choose to, but otherwise, the main road does go straight to the pool.
Makes sense. Let's
Just-
go.
Okay.
Let's do it. Should anybody like
Alright.
ride out ahead at all and scout out, or no? We just roll together, roll strong,
Yeah.
gang up.
I don't know.
Gang.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. All right. What's the order as we ride out? So you guys kind of head out. He'll take the kind of long way outside of the town, so he doesn't have to go back through the main part of the town. He kind of stays on the outskirts and then picks up the road just west of Barovia. What does the order look like?
Should I go first?
I mean, Ismark is going to ride in front because he's kind of leading, so to speak. But
Probably have the highest perception to keep an eye on stuff.
I'll bring up the rear with me and Casimir on our horse.
So I guess it's me and Lysander, Roderick in the middle.
Yeah, how wide's the road, Doug? Is it like as
pretty
we
good
like
sized
leave?
road. Yeah,
Okay,
there's
cool.
easily
And
a three abreast, no problem.
Yeah,
If you want.
as we like leave the town too, like it doesn't get like really shoddy and like bumpy and narrow or anything. It's like still pretty solid.
No, it's a solid road it runs through this whole valley. It's been well traveled for thousands of years at this point.
Okay.
Connecting these three villages, or towns.
Cool.
Okay. You guys set out. As you leave, as you start riding into the road, you know it's going to take about an hour, maybe just a little bit longer to make it to the Serre Pool, assuming nothing distracts you, assuming you follow the road directly. You'll note as the sun has come up, I mean, just barely, it's still twilight hours at this point, you'll note that clouds have rolled in. Any sky that you saw at night has been covered by kind of dark, thick, gray clouds. As someone said, I think the first night or two you were here, that the sun never really shines on Barovia. Excuse me. But you guys head out, and within about 20 minutes, you guys come to a river. You see a small bridge that crosses over a river. Nothing spectacular or special about it at this point. I'm going to pull up my notes here real quick.
I gotta grab my notebook. Back.
Few things on the way.
I'll grab mine too.
But the river is flowing. It's very strong. It's a very strong moving river. Bright blue. Looks very clean. Like you could get water here if you needed to. It's about 50 feet wide, so it's you do have to use a bridge to cross, which there is one. Anybody doing anything of note as you guys come to the bridge?
We haven't had a super good chance to and it's gonna sound silly, but wash and things like that. Can I just take the horse through the far side of the river, or is it like a steep kind of embankment to go down into it?
You can get in on the edges, absolutely.
Yeah, jump myself in, and maybe even with the horse if it wants to, but just kind of clean up.
Okay. Take a couple of seconds to do that, and then continue on.
Just doing a little splashing in the water, Just
My bad. I was muted. I was gonna say recognizing bridge as like a natural ambush choke point. Can I just do a quick scan before we actually step onto it? Just a quick soldier
Sure.
little check the trees.
Yeah, same.
Okay. Yeah, you guys take a look. I'm not going to make you make a roll. There is no sign of anything currently in the wee hours of the morning.
I'm gonna roll just because.
Okay. Feel free.
Yeah, there's no sign of anything that means there isn't anything.
It's cool. I didn't see anything anyways.
Yes, running water is a natural deterrent for vampires. That's correct.
Nice.
Oh.
Okay. I will assume you guys carry on after a short stop there. I know you're trying to make time to Kresik. You continue on this dark, winding road. The woods kind of pick up again on either side as you move past the bridge. But it's a relatively uneventful half hour as you kind of twists around the road until you come to a point finally where the road kind of turns in two directions. And there's something there as you approach. In the middle of the crossroads, as you come to this spot where Ismark had pretty much told you that you could go around the pool if you wished. As you come, you see an old gallows just off the side of the road. There's a chill wind that kind of picks up as you guys come over the rise and see it. But there is a gallows there with 3 bodies hanging from it currently. They look like skeletons as you approach. But you're currently about 200, 300 feet away. What do you guys want to do?
Any clothes on them, or just like straight naked,
like
decaying
rags.
skeletons?
Yeah, it
Rags.
looks like rags, skeletons that have been there for, it appears, some time.
Is there any sign on them letting people know, like...
But you're about 300 feet away, 300 feet away. You don't see any signs from this distance currently.
I gotcha.
Sorry.
I'm all the way down and still. That's not what the hell.
Try the other 2 volumes. In case it's like counting as one of those other things. Nothing? That's fine. I'll turn it off.
So weird.
Yeah, you see no sign or anything of the sort from this distance. But your guys are about 300 feet out. It's straight in the middle at the crossroads. So as you can see, the road kind of tilts a little further south, and the road, and Ismark will tell you, tell you we're going to head north up to the Sayer Pool. But you're again about 300 feet away.
I'm looking for ambushes near wherever they're hanging. Anything that's like bushes, like thinking if people stop to look at the things, if they stop to look and figuring out like anything that's near that somebody could jump out.
Sure. Would you like to give me a perception check, please?
Should be an 18.
Ooh.
You do not see anyone currently in any sort of ambush positions.
I'm just gonna. I'm a couple people behind him, but I'm gonna holler up to Ismark and just yell and say, "Who are these poor souls?" Kind of deal.
I do not know. I have not left Barovia in some time. I have not seen these poor souls before.
Foul omen, bad omen.
So which way do we go?
Also, Doug.
To
Random
the
sidebar,
right.
Doug. Did that flail have a name or no?
No,
You give it a name.
you get to give it a
I
name.
will. That's yes.
I'm surprised your Da doesn't have a saying about skeletons in the road
Well,
or something.
my da had a saying about flails.
Right, but you guys have all come to kind of a stop. You see these skeletons up ahead.
Keep rolling.
Yeah. Unless there's something that says do not enter or pay tax or toll or something. Like, yeah.
Nope, you don't.
How are we to know?
Just your good old fashioned hangman's tree. Nothing,
Yeah.
nothing ominous or weird about it.
It's a popular place for people to commit suicide.
Please.
Yeah, I went there.
Wow.
Wow. Dark.
I
Too
just
soon, too late.
I just hope they. I hope they stood fair trial. That's it.
with themselves.
Yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like you're gonna keep moving forward. Yes.
Yeah, let's keep going.
All right.
I mean, I'm at the back,
continues
but
on.
yeah, sounds like it.
As you move up closer to it, you get to about 100 feet. You can start to see where the road bends. You see two more things that come into view around the road. First is a signpost. A little as you get a little closer, you can see a sign that points in three directions with words clearly written on it. One points towards the way you came from, that says Barovia. The sign points kind of north and points toward the Sayer Pool, and the other points to Vallaki, going south, which is the outer road that goes around this area. So you see the signpost with these three signs. You also see a graveyard just a little bit past the sign, a little further up this little road, still only about 20, 30 feet from the gallows, with what looks to be about a dozen gravestones as they come into view, now about 100 feet away. Kevin, can you roll a D20
There,
at this
sorry.
moment, please?
No,
Who?
don't.
Who did you ask?
You.
Oh, D20?
Yeah.
No problem. How about a 17?
Okay, got it. All right, so you guys are about 100 feet away. Ismark, at this point, since you told him to keep going, is not stopping as more of this comes into view. You see him just kind of continue on at a leisurely pace at this point, a trot. Continues up the road, getting you guys to about 50 feet away.
Should we
feet
hurry?
away.
What he wants to do,
Oh.
Doug? Rob the graves?
No, I'm
Pass.
just kind of describing what you see. No, but he just goes. He starts turning and starts heading up the road. He does not mess with the graves or the gallows unless someone asks him to stop.
We good.
Nope, nobody
Slow
says
down and
anything.
give them a look as we go by, I guess. Yeah? No? Okay. All right. We're good. We're going.
Okay. Everyone make a perception roll as you pass. As you hear what sounds like creaking on the gallows. You hear the wood just
Uh-oh.
suddenly kind of
Zombies.
squeal as a cold breeze kind of comes from the north past you all.
Good rolls. I rolled the worst of us all.
I gotta turn that down. That's really loud.
Sorry, that was really loud.
No, I can't. I always forget.
What do we got? Sorry, I can't see the rolls.
18, 17,
Uh,
15, 14, 19.
I got a 19.
Yeah, you all heard it.
4%.
You all hear it. There's definitely a creaking coming. I should have had you roll before I said that. You hear this creaking sound of wood kind of creaking behind you from the gallows. Does anybody turn around?
But yeah, if I hear that,
Yeah.
I'll turn around for sure. Straight soldier perception.
Okay.
Oh, healthy 11 roll. I heard it.
Anybody else?
I got a
Yeah,
I,
we'll
yeah,
go.
I can turn around with my nat 20.
So Pat, you turn
Definitely,
around.
definitely turn my head around, but also I'm on the same horse as the person that
Yeah,
just said
so
he's
I-
turning around. So
Yeah.
I turn around and look
Kinda have to.
directly into your eyes on the horse.
Does that mean I'm driving and you're on the back, Lysander? I think so. So I'm not looking.
So you don't turn
Sure.
around at all?
I mean, that makes sense.
Yes. What was that?
All right, so you all turn around. Darren, do you turn around? Sorry, I was unclear. If you
No, I was letting him look.
Okay. Drew and all of you that turned around, everybody but Darren, as you turn, you see one of the three skeletons has turned in a way that it's facing the direction you guys are going, like it's watching you.
Oh,
Kevin.
guys.
Kevin, you do not see a skeleton there. You all, the rest of you, that's what you see. Kevin, you see your mother hanging from the gallows.
Holy shit.
Kevin, did you make another character with mommy issues?
Apparently so. Apparently both of
Yeah.
my current characters have mommy. Yeah.
I forgot about Sunday. It's funny.
Hey. The edible complex.
For those of you who didn't tune in on the last game, like we're all sitting in a tavern, all of a sudden we see smoke, and Kevin's character just like runs towards the smoke, like screaming about his mom. It's like just the weirdest thing.
Oh dear.
Ran into a burning building, yelling mother. The horses continue moving. I mean, unless somebody stops something. You guys see that?
Yeah.
It looks. I think to everybody else, it looks like the skeleton just kind of turned. You know, as the wind blew. You know, it could have just kind of moved. Kevin,
I mean,
you
this
just
is about
see something very different.
I know this is about to be a mirror image of the other game, but mother? No, that's not possible.
Ethan,
But
you're probably the only one that hears that, unless you're yelling, Kevin.
Me,
No.
right?
No, I'm just saying that on the
Yeah.
just on the horse. He's probably the only one that can.
Yeah, as soon as you say that, I'll like rein the horse in because I was already looking behind too, and like I see Casimir like visibly like saying that towards the gallows, and like I'll like rein the horse in and like half turn it basically.
Yeah. As it half turns and you kind of have to turn your head again to kind of refocus, Kevin, it's gone. It's just a skeleton again.
What was it? What was that? Asked Casimir.
I saw my mom. I saw my mom hanging. I don't see her now. Thank God, but how is that possible?
Seems foul to me. Foul magic.
Everyone
work of
else,
Strahd.
one of the horses has stopped. I mean, you see that Rivers and Casimir have stopped.
Did the brother and sister, they were kind of next to us, did they stop? Or since I didn't look,
If they stop, once they stop, yeah, he'll slow down for a minute and turn. Is everything okay back there? We must continue if we're going to make Krezk by nightfall.
Are you all right, lad? Like just reaffirm with Casimir.
I don't know. Wish I knew where my mom was right now. She's not here. There's no way she's in Barovia. Let's continue.
Put it out of your mind. It's nothing but foul magic on the air. Like look kind of sketched out and click the horse and start to turn back around.
Yeah, as
You're
you
right,
turn back
They're-
around, you start to see just a little bit of like mist and fog just kind of pass over the road where you know, right in front of the gallows.
You're right. There are dark magics at work here. I can feel them.
Keep going.
Yeah, lean over towards Casimir, like almost like comforting and say, "Hey, man, don't worry about seeing things. Sometimes I hear things."
it's true.
I'm hearing something right now.
With that, the horses continue on, and it's only about another 20, 30 minutes at most before you start to see something coming up ahead. You see the road gradually start to kind of disappears and is replaced by a twisted, muddy path through the trees that kind of run along the side of a large lake that comes into view. Deep ruts in the earth are evident of the comings and goings of wagons. And as the canopy of mist and branches suddenly give way, you start to see 5 colorful round tents all kind of gathered together along the side of a lake. And then one much larger tent behind those 5 off to closer to the lake itself. You can see a number of wagons, 4 of them, kind of scattered around the area, and 8 horses drinking water from the lake. So a large cadre of horses. In the middle of these tents, excuse me, and these colorful tents, remind you of Dragomir. Remind you of just the bright colors, the reds, golds, and greens. Just very, very, very colorful. They look like they've seen some wear over the years, but you can still see those original bright colors kind of pulling through. Scattered around, there's a fire in the middle. It's long dead. You can see just smoke, just a little bit of smoke and some hot embers from it. And scattered around this camp, you could see a number of sleeping bags just just throughout this camp area. Probably about a dozen of them laying on the ground currently. And then you see two men, both armed with what look like rapiers, kind of standing near the edge of the camp as you guys start to see it come up over the horizon here, who are watching the road. One direction, one the other, just sort of watching over the camp. Both humans, short dark hair, tan skin, very much wearing colorful clothing. Again, reminds you very much of Dragomir. And you see them at the edge of your view, and they clearly see the horses coming, without a doubt. What do you guys want to do?
Ismark make any motion to like slow down or anything, or does he just?
He'll slow down for a minute. As soon as they come into view, he'll slow down and stop for just a moment, just to kind of check in with you all. This is the Vistani camp I told you about. This is Ava's camp. There are two main Vistani camps, one here and one near Vallaki.
Are you not concerned about them being slaves to Strahd?
Well, as I said earlier, Madame Ava has always been kind to us, to the Barovians. Not all Vistani. He looks at Kevin as he says this, at Casimir. Not all Vistani are servants of Strahd. Most of them are, but she has always been good to us.
Yes, from what my mother has told me. She's a wise woman in talking.
Your mother has told you of Madame Ava?
She has, yes. She's a leader amongst the Vistani.
I just wonder if that kindness extends when the Vampire Lord has given a command to these people.
That's what I was thinking, the same thing with the bar. Whoever was the informant there, whatever that may be, the bartender may not very well have been that person, but it may not be Madame Ava, but someone that works for her could be, or could relay information. I feel like we have to be secret.
I sense some sort of skepticism or lack of trust in the information that I gave you. Is there something you wanted to say?
Trust. It's caution.
We were found. They knew exactly where we were going when we went to find Irina, because they overheard us talking in the bar amongst a bunch of people. I'm only saying that I'm afraid we can trust Madame Ava, but I'm afraid I don't think we can trust the people that work for her or with her.
While you're having this conversation, a third Vistani man has appeared near the other two. The three of them are now kind of watching the four horses just kind of sit at the edge of their view.
Every time I say Vistani, say like, and have the regular.
So racist.
Classic.
Hey, you're not wrong. I mean, to be honest, I don't know. Can or
Why don't we just play it safe and we don't reveal where we are headed to anyone we speak to? We can talk to them.
What if they ask? What should we say? They're bound to ask.
Tell them we're headed to Vallaki.
To the gallows.
They think we're going anyway.
Just make sure we say the same thing.
Yeah, we're heading towards Vallaki, even if it's not our final destination. If anything, if there is some sort of agent amongst these people, I mean, it wouldn't be ideal, but maybe we could get through and pass Vallaki before something something would happen. You know.
They already know we're heading there.
Yeah,
We're not heading there for a final spot, so.
yeah, for sure. Casimir, these are your people. You know, you'll blend right in. Let's go figure out what's going on. Let's see what Madame Ava knows. I mean,
Didn't someone also? Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say you must be very excited. I mean, this is a leader amongst your people that you've never met before. It's like a big deal, right?
Yeah, like seeing Barack Obama in the streets.
I was actually just gonna say that it's like seeing Obama. Dude.
Just hanging out. In
Yes, well, I am quite excited. Got questions for.
Ismark is just waiting. He's letting you talk.
If anybody asks, let's just say we're going into seclusion in the mountains of Bartok.
It's fair. I mean, that's kind of mysterious.
Maybe it'll throw off.
Maybe it'll throw off the scent a little bit.
Right.
Alright.
Cool.
Okay.
Let's do it. Let's roll into camp. Yeah. Approach the ride up and approach the fellows.
Yeah, Ismark starts riding, but very slow now. Almost a slow trot, just clearly showing no aggression. And as he gets closer, he does put his hand up, one hand up in the air, just to kind of a universal signal of mean you no harm kind of deal. The three of them spread out. Two of them kind of approach a little closer. The one in the back, the one that stays back, takes a couple of steps back further into the camp and starts kind of seems to be waking a few other people up, just because most of them look like sleep. Again, it's probably 6 in the morning, maybe, and the sun is still not fully up. It's just starting to get a little bit brighter, still dark and overcast for certain. But yeah, you see him starting to kind of wake. Looks like he's waking up a couple of the other men. As you get closer, you can see that some of the people laying there are women, children, and it looks like as he goes, he kind of opens one of the tents, and you can see him saying something in the background. Like there's probably more of them in the tents as well. But the two of them approach, seeing all of you. One of them speaks first. Again, both human males, look to be in their 30s, both bright, colorful clothes. Neither of them draw weapons. But they do let you guys get to about 30, 40 feet away, and then who goes there? What do you want?
This is my name is Casimir, fellow Vistani.
Casimir.
We are just heading out to the mountains, Bartok, currently.
I see. Why are you at the camp?
Just passing through. But while we're here, thought we'd say hi.
I see.
And pay our respects to Madame Ava.
Indeed, is she here?
Yes,
Or is she at the other
here.
camp?
No,
She is here?
Yes.
Oh.
He kind of eyes you. Looks at Lysander when you speak. He kind of takes a much closer look at you and Calsolus. Kind of tilts his head. Travelers from afar, or travelers from from outside of Barovia. That's what he would say.
Yes. Although I grew up here.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to take note of the two humans, but definitely you two, as you see this whole crowd of Vistani, nothing but humans here once again. You can clearly see he's making that assumption. If you are from outside of Barovia, then you are welcome here. Madame Ava will wish to speak with you, I'm sure, as she has spoken with the others. Please come. Kind of gestures. Turns and he starts making his way back to the camp. You're just in time for breakfast, if you wish. Please He kind of points towards the campfire where you see people are starting to wake up, and they're all kind of rubbing their eyes and looking and trying to kind of see this group that's coming in. But you don't see any alarm by any means. Everyone just kind of takes it in, and he kind of waves off. We have guests. We have guests. Breakfast for them, please. Show them the Vistani hospitality. He says, and then he just kind of brings you towards the campfire, which looks like someone is starting to kind of stoke and kind of get going again as you're approaching. The camp is filled with children, women, men. You see that there is more of them in the carts as well as in the tents. And within a couple of seconds, as you guys are approaching, there's just a lot of faces looking out of tents and looking out of these carts, looking to see who you all are. There's probably 20, 25 people here in this little camp.
Have we hitched horses? Is there a place to do that? Like, hitch horses, dismount?
Yeah, you can. You can just kind of leave them right there. There's little places you can tie them off to, or you're welcome to. You see the other horses are all drinking from the lake currently. Their 8 horses are kind of scattered there. You are welcome here. And he sits down just by the fire. One of the children is starting to get like pots and pans and set up some sort of cooking apparatus over the fire that they're kicking out. So, where are you all from? He asks to the ether, apparently.
It's good.
Not here?
Yeah. Yeah, while River's like kind of settling down, getting himself comfortable, sitting on, I assume, some kind of like either the ground or a little mat or something by the fire.
Yeah, it's just ground. Yeah, they're just sitting on the ground.
No logs or anything.
Actually, when he asked that question, Doug,
yeah,
go and see if I can help with some of the cooking, like preparing the breakfast, and just completely dodge that question.
Okay, you do. Okay. So Ethan, you're going to sit down. Kevin, what are you doing?
Yeah, answer. I was born here, but I currently live in a place called River Run. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, it's been some time since I've been there, but I have heard of River Run. Many years ago. Aerith. He kind of asks, almost. Long way from home.
Know it. Although, again,
we all are kind of chime in at that. I'm from the far north, and we're all a bit scattered. But it seems that your culture is used to the roving type of lifestyle and never really settling down.
Yeah, many of our people travel to many places, but most of our younger, they don't usually leave Barovia much, but I have seen much of the worlds. And you notice he puts a key S there when he says that.
The worlds?
Yeah, worlds.
Surprised by this, we are not.
Yeah, they start making breakfast. You see one of them just kind of listening, kind of sitting off to the back, but then ultimately kind of see him just kind of, the other one that walked with you, makes their way up to the larger of the tent, just starts walking away from the group.
I want to ask him how long have you been camped here at the Sare Pool?
Oh, many years now. Madame Ava has kept a camp here for probably 10, 12 years, maybe longer. We move around sometimes, but this has been home for some time. And, beautiful water, fresh water for the horses. It is quite lovely here.
It seems rather dangerous, tucked in the woods a bit here in Barovia now.
The creatures of the wood don't bother us much. The Lord Strahd protects us. our Lord Strahd protects us, you could say. Dangerous for travelers, however. But you are safe here, I guarantee that.
Well, we appreciate your hospitality. Did he say earlier, or am I misremembering, he said that Madame Ava was expecting us?
Sort of. Said, yeah, she would want to see you. Okay. I don't know exactly words I used, but she often speaks with travelers from outside of Barovia.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I'll say, your hospitality is not lost on us. Thank you for taking us around your campfire. We won't spend, we won't take up too much of your time here.
Please. You're too kind. You're welcome here as long as you wish. Food. And you see, they've kind of, as you guys have just been sitting here, there's food is quickly being made. Some wooden, cups, very simple wooden, pottery, type cups, start getting passed around. You can see someone's kind of filling from a flask. You see a red liquid coming from each of them.
Doug, can I do a quick scan, as people are just kind of moving around and low key? Can I see roughly how many of the people here are visibly armed?
Sure. A quick scan of the area, you would look to see most of the men are, and there's about a dozen of them scattered around the camp.
Okay.
Mostly short swords. None of them are wearing armor or anything of the sort.
Sure, yeah.
But they're all carrying either short swords or rapiers. Pretty small arms.
Right. Okay.
You can see in one of the cart, there's a crossbow in one of the carts. You can see just kind of resting there. There's armaments here, but
yeah,
mostly simple.
I want to make sure, it might be too late already, but I do want to make sure that on my belt, my new shiny vampire killing flail is sort of just kind of tucked towards the back, and maybe just as he says, "Our Lord Strahd," Rivers just kind of discreetly pulls his cloak a little bit tighter over the silver flail.
Okay, you do. Anybody else saying anything, or just taking it all in at this point?
Who said our Lord Strahd?
He did,
the dude talking. Yeah.
That we're talking to? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he did.
I'm looking for a grouping of women folk at this point. I don't know if they'd be cooking or.
They're scattered around the camp. There's about there's a dozen men that you've seen. I would say probably about eight women scattered around at this point that are now up and kind of moving around the camp, and then about 4 children. 4 small kids that are about 8 to 10 years old.
I'm looking for either a grouping of some that might be paying special attention to us of the women.
Give me an insight check.
Insight. 21.
As you look around the camp, you don't really spot that anybody's paying any abnormal attention to you. You're definitely an interest of everybody to some extent. But honestly, most of the people are going about their morning tasks. You see some folks are starting to move up to the lake to kind of wash clothes and, just little maintenance-y things around the camp. Occasionally you get a look, but nobody's watching. I'd say the person talking to you is probably the most intently looking at you, and the second man that walked away has not come back yet.
At me specifically, or
no, kind of all of you. Whoever's talking at the time, he looks pretty intently at you.
Okay.
So you say you're heading to the mountains.
While they're talking, I kind of excuse myself quietly and I walk up to wherever, you said, 1 or 2 women are washing clothes.
Sure. Yeah, there's a couple up by the lake. Yep.
Make my way over there.
Okay. Darren gets up from the camp, heads there.
Did he say that to me or just the group in general?
Yeah, he just said it out loud. So you're heading to Mount Baratok. That's what you said, Drew.
Yeah, we're heading to Mount Baratok.
You should be careful. North of the lake, there is a mad wizard north of the lake. Be careful if you travel up there. At night, you can see bright colors and flashes of magic, and it is dangerous to travel north. Plus, those woods are filled with wolves. North of Lake Zarevich.
Is there a tale behind the Mad Wizard? Some type of story? How did he end up there? Does anybody know?
Yes, there are stories. I came about a year ago. Led some sort of revolt in Borovia. Ever since that night, it was about 2 weeks after that failed uprising against Lord Strahd. We started to see flashes of magic. Some of my Vistani brothers have seen. He's an old man, cloaked, moves here and there in the woods. Very dangerous. He attacks any he sees. One of our brothers barely made it out alive.
It's a shame. That's
Where did you say he was at?
North of Lake Zarevich. Up near up by the Baratek Mountain, which is where Drew said happened to see you guys were going.
nasty business.
If you need the map,
You know,
Zarevich. It's up north of Valaki.
my old Da used to have a saying, and he would say, "There's really no peace to be had that doesn't take peace to get."
I don't know what that means, but he sounds like he was a wise. He sounds like he was a wise man.
Totally ignore that comment and look
Literally, as I'm
wistfully
walking-
across
as
the
I'm
lake.
walking past, I'm like, no one understands.
So while this conversation's happening, so Darren walked away. Anybody else walking away or doing anything different? You guys just listening around the campfire so far? So I want to make sure everybody has a chance to say or do something if they wish.
This is more, I guess, for my clarification. Did they say before that the wizard that rose up against Strahd died? I thought that they said there were
he
other
fell
people
in the
that
river.
The priest said he fell in the river and was never seen again.
Yeah,
the
it's for
Vistani
sure
or
him,
the
dude. We gotta go talk to the crazy fucking wizard.
You don't have to do nothing.
No, we got to.
I wasn't
We
even
got
gonna
to.
mention. I wasn't even gonna mention it until Drew happened to say, "That's where
I
we're
know,
going,"
that's-
and they happened to know. Two things have happened very specifically. I was not going to give you that flail until you specifically said, "Oh, and we're going to take care of Strahd." So, two very interesting comments that set off some events today.
Unless, go ahead, Pat.
the priest with that place is not part of the Vistani, but he knows of the Vistani, right?
Yeah, he's Barovian. He was clearly Barovian.
And these guys.
Paler skin.
All right, never mind.
Okay.
Not fully baked.
Okay, you're good. Well, then I'll go to Darren then, unless somebody else interrupts in a second, but I'll move back to Darren. Darren, you walk past the larger tent, kind of in the back right, to make it up to the lake, and you do I will tell you what you see inside. The flaps are pulled back. As you walk by, you see that the Vistani man that came in is kind of kneeling down on one knee in front of a table. You see an old woman in there. They're speaking. You can't really make it out from here. There's a table with a crystal ball sitting in the middle of the table. But that's what you see as you walk by. And as you walk by, her eyes immediately pop up as you walk by, and you see she just kind of stares at you as you walk to the lake.
Yeah, and I don't break eye contact as I walk by.
Okay. You see two Vistani cleaning some clothes, kind of, good morning.
Is there anywhere where I can wash up, like a little more private than right here?
If you go up further up the lake, of course. or further south, you can see she points back to kind of the way you came, where the road, basically some tree line kind of hits up right next to the lake, where there'd be a little bit of privacy, from the trees. But otherwise, it's just kind of an open field right here that kind of runs along most of this lake up until the lake disappears and the road carries back up north and inland a little bit. But there are some trees just south of where you kind of where you came from.
Okay. So I kind of look at her and I nod and I look back and it's like, so you guys just hang out here and nobody bothers you?
Very rarely, yes. Occasionally we've had some issues with travelers coming and have tried to start some trouble from time to time, but generally we live a very peaceful life here.
Why would the travelers bother you?
Yeah, you never know what you get. Some people looking for treasure, looking for gold, looking for just angry. Many travelers have been brought here by Vistani, as you probably were yourself. She says that she looks kind of sad when she says that. And sometimes people take vengeance on us.
And you don't deliver them to Strahd?
We have not, no. There are some Vistani that work for Strahd more directly. He is our lord. We owe our lives to him, but we don't all do his more dirty work, if you catch my meaning.
Why does he force some and not others into that sort of role?
I do not know.
Seems like you guys are well placed to meet all travelers.
Some say he fears Madame Ava, she says.
First ex-wife.
I was just about to say that.
Do some say why?
No, there's just been rumors that Madame Ava has kept Strahd at bay for some time. And those that live in her presence have been less met with Strahd. He doesn't come here like he comes to the other camps and villages. We have not seen him in years here.
And is she from here?
Madame Ava?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. She is Vistani. This was our home before the prince came. We have lived here all of our lives. Many generations have called Borovia home. Long before it was called Borovia.
Do I sense any lies or anything from her? Like, what do I?
You can insight check if you'd like. If that'll make you feel better.
Just curious.
You don't sense any specific lies? Any misgivings from her? She sounds genuine.
I said, oh, thanks. You wouldn't happen to have any soap, would you?
Of course. She just wait here, and she sets some stuff down, and she'll make her way over to one of the 4 carts, so the closest one to the lake there, and she'll get some soap out and bring it over to you. She seems very friendly.
Very hospitable.
Yeah. Meanwhile, back at the camp, anybody saying or asking anything else of this Vistani gentleman?
Where is Madame Eva this evening?
Oh, she is in the tent. My brother is checking to see if she is ready to meet with you.
Ah, yes, I guess it is early.
Yes.
When she goes,
I'll be patient.
I kind of look over my shoulder back at the tent to see if I can see her and if she's still looking at me.
I'd say once you're by the lake, you really can't see inside the tent anymore. Any other questions or anything else you guys want to talk about while you have There's Vistani here. Breakfast is now being served at this point. It's been a few minutes. Some eggs and a little bit of fresh vegetables that they quickly send out. And the cups, if you take any of it, is cups of wine that they hand out. Little morning pick-me-up.
I'll definitely drink a cup of wine, no doubt.
Okay.
I'll like while he says all that, and like while the conversation continues, I think Rivers, like in general, would try to fill in the gaps and be friendly, but also like I'm feeling a little reserved and like sketched after he said the "Our Lord" comment. Because he's, I'm not like super reading into it in terms of like they might not be, super agents, but yeah. So yeah, try to be friendly, keep up minor conversation, but
Okay.
divulge anything crazy.
Yeah, they'll keep it. It'll be casual. I'm not going to RP it all out unless there's anything specific
right.
you guys want to talk about. But they'll just be friendly.
Cool.
Last call before I move to the next phase.
Ask if the wizard was a Vistani, the wizard that rose up against Stroud.
Oh no.
Wait, they said he was an outsider.
He came from outside. Yes. I wish I could remember his name, but yes, quite powerful. He was in this camp at one point, sitting not far from where you are. It had been.
Did he say why he was here? Why he came here?
He followed a Vistani here, but once here, he was quite resolved that Strahd must be destroyed. We warned him that was not wise, but he would not listen. Strahd he is cursed. We must save him from the curse, but he cannot be destroyed. We would never allow that.
He's cursed?
Of course. Why else would he act the way he does? He was not always like this before he was turned to the path of darkness that now corrupts his heart.
Was
For many
his
years,
dark path?
for many generations, we have hoped to cure him of this darkness.
So
I'm
it
sorry,
wasn't after the
couldn't-
wizard that he took a dark path.
No, he has been more angry since the revolt. There is no question about it. But he has been not himself since he became a vampire, a creature of the night.
He wasn't always a vampire.
No, not at all. When he first came to the Vistani people, many years ago, he was a man, a prince of Lord Barova.
Was the land open then?
Yes.
I don't know if that makes sense to you, but
Oh, it makes perfect
Like-
sense. We are quite aware of what we have here in Barovia. This land is all cursed, and has been since Lord Strahd was corrupted. This land has been cursed and closed off to all except the Vistani since that time. He and the land are connected. He and the land are one, you would say.
What's
And you
the
remember,
deal?
and you will remember as you were in the house, the Durst house, the chanting that you heard. As he says that, you hear those words almost rattle in your mind. That was only last night, I realized. It's been 5-6 episodes for us, but that was really just last night.
Long day.
Yeah, it has been a long day. Where the chanting specifically said, "He is the ancient, he is the land," was what kept being repeated. And you almost hear those exact words as he says that.
cool.
How did this deal with our people, the Vistani, come into place?
Well, that is not really a long story, but a story nonetheless. He looks for his notes, which I have. Here they are. one night, a prince, a wounded, he was really more of a soldier then, staggered into one of our camps. Collapsed, he was hurt. We nursed his injury and quenched his thirst with wine, he says as he takes a drink of his wine. And he survived. When we asked him who he was, he wouldn't say, but all he wanted was to return home. But we were deep in the land of what were his enemies at the time. So we took him in as one of our own and followed him back towards his homeland. His enemies, assassins from all corners, tried to kill him, and we fended them off, and he fended them off. This man of royal blood not only was protected by us, but he protected us just as much. We bore him safely to his home, and he thanked us. He told us then that he would owe us his life, and that we could stay, in this land once the Barovians ruled his father. We would always have a place here. So since that night, we have always been indebted to Strahd and Strahd to us. But then something happened. A curse befell this noble prince, turning him into the tyrant he is today. He has given us the power to leave and go, but it's just us. We've traveled far and wide for some time. Some of us secretly hoping that we could find a way to heal and cure him of this curse. But alas, much of that hope is gone. That's what he says.
Wait, did you say how the curse came to be?
He did not.
Just that it came and exists.
Yes.
How?
That's so sad.
Ask the question. How did this curse come to be?
That is not as
Things
clear.
don't just happen.
No, they don't. But the rumor is that we have heard stories that have been passed down. You have to remember, these stories are ancient, passed down generation to generation. But I was told that at one point he was betrayed by his brother, Sergei. And Sergei tried to take what was most precious to him, his beloved. Actually, I think he would say it. His beloved Tatiana. With this betrayal, Strahd was later grievously injured, betrayed by his brother and some of his men. Strahd turned to the dark arts, to the dark powers, made a pact with them for immortality. He came and signed and sealed this pact with the dark powers with his brother's blood, becoming a vampire himself. But making dark pacts, he says, and as he says this, he looks at you, Lysander, as he says this. Making dark pacts always have a price. His price was to be cursed in the land with him. He is immortal, yes, but he cannot leave this land. That's what he says. And as he says that, and Darren, what were you doing? You were about to say something, weren't you?
No, I said I was.
Oh, just looking into the tent. Yeah, she brings you the soap and what have you. As he finishes that sentence, the man walks out of the other tent and he looks at you, Darren. He looks at the other folks at the camp, and he kind of nods at you, Darren, with a kind of a wave. Makes his way towards the camp and says, "Madam Ava will see you when you're ready." He says with a quick little light nod, and then kind of waits near you all. kind of between you all and the tent.
Will she see all of us at once? We don't want to be rude
She
and
insists.
overwhelming.
She insists in seeing all of you at once. Even you, she says to Kevin specifically.
Wait, what is it? What do you mean?
She said she will see you all at once. Even you. She specifically calls even you out to you, Casimir.
Wow.
Shit.
Damn. All right.
And then he just stands back.
Not looking forward to it as much as I was a second ago. Feel very targeted in the moment.
That was intentional.
Even you, although you are in trouble, and she is pissed.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll get up and get ready to mosey in there.
Hey,
Yep.
Okay.
Head on
You
over.
guys- Everybody getting up? You too, Drew? Pat?
Yeah, I'll get up.
Okay. Darren, you see the rest of them getting up and start
Actually,
making their way?
I actually walk over back to the campfire to grab a plate of food and then follow him in.
Okay. Sure. Once you guys kind of all gather, the one that went into the tent and back will walk you, kind of escort you over there. Pulls the tent flap back that closed when he stepped out. And you all see inside this pretty spacious tent. It's pretty dim in there. There is 2 small candles lit. There's a table, a little bed, and a trunk. And on the table, it's a round wooden table with like, as I said, a crystal ball sitting on it. The woman looks ancient. She looks like she's about 80 years old, heavy set, kind of scraggly, kind of wiry, white gray hair. She wears a little hood over it. One eye looks like it's kind of glazed over, like she was blinded at some point. The eye is kind of half closed, and the other is wide open with sort of almost a crazed look to it. She kind of, without saying a word, just kind of motions her hand to come in.
Creepy. Bump Casimir in first. kind of mosey him like towards the front, like And
There are 3 chairs, only 3, 3 chairs in front of the table. Do you want Ismark and Irina to come with you? As you all get up, I would think they would look for your kind of reaction.
Yeah, we want that. We don't want to leave them alone.
I agree.
yeah, bring him in. We're all traveling together.
Yeah, it's crowded for certain in the tent, but technically there's room for everybody. Again, only 3 chairs, but somebody's going to be basically in the flaps, kind of just standing in the threshold. But that can be Ismark and Irina if you prefer.
No, they're going to be inside.
Okay, bring them inside.
I'll hang out the back
Okay,
with my plate of food.
okay, got it. All right, but yeah, it's crowded, but you guys can all fit in there. So who's going in first? Is it you, Casimir?
Yeah, I'll go in first.
Okay.
So I think,
Her eyes gets a little wider when she looks at you, and kind of crazed look, but she kind of motions in. Do you take one of the 3 chairs, or do you stay standing?
stay standing. Be a little hesitant. My hood is still up.
Okay. Who comes in next?
I'll follow him.
Rivers? As you come in, she watches you kind of stand to the right, Casimir, and as you come in, Rivers, kind of behind him, she smiles as you come in. Ah, the wolf, Rivers. Welcome.
Oh, it knows you.
She calls you by name.
Rivers Cuomo.
Okay. Well, now Rivers is feeling a little more hyped up because like this random legend just called him by a sick nickname in front of all of his new friends. I'm like, yeah, do you hear? I am the wolf, dude. I'll sit. I'll go ahead and make towards one of the chairs. I'll sit in one of the chairs.
Okay. And she'll continue as you walk in. A mighty warrior, she says. Who comes in next?
Look at Lysander outside the door.
I assume this is all kind of filing in. I'm just curious what
Right.
the order is.
Yeah. Push in Roderick. Let him get his kick-ass cool nickname on.
Stumble a bit and like
Okay.
shuffled on the back of the tent, just like, as far away from it as her as I can.
Okay. Ah, the sheep, she says.
The sheep.
The sheep. Roderick. Always following the warrior.
Damn.
Please, come in. Come in.
Blush heavily.
And so you don't sit down, Roderick?
No.
Okay. You take up another post. Okay. So that leaves you, Drew. Are you coming in next?
Yeah. So there's one seat left open.
Well, actually, 2 seats are open currently. No one has sat
I'm
down.
the only one sitting there.
Yeah.
No, I'll sit down. I'll sit down next to Rivers.
Ah, she's as you come in. Lysander, the silver tongue. Come. Always here with the quick wit. Come. Sit.
Calsolus already in the tent? Are you already in the tent? Or did you
Calsolus
sit-
is in the rear.
I was letting
Okay.
the siblings go first.
Yeah, so they come in. I think Ismark will direct Irina to a chair. Please sit down, sister. And she'll take the third chair then and sit down. But then as she sees, she kind of cocks her head as the two of them come in. Barovians. She just says that. Doesn't say them by name. But then as she sees you in the back, Darren, and finally, Calsolus, always searching for answers. And family. She kind of eyes you as she says that. Just a little bit. Please come in, all of you. Welcome to my humble encampment. What do you
Thank
seek?
you. Thank you for your hospitality. As she says that, bow my head. Thank you for taking us into your tent.
Of course, I've been expecting you.
Yes, and how did you know to expect us?
Well, I see many things, Rivers, of... and she says your village name. I don't remember your village name, but she says it.
I would have to check. I don't either.
I know many things. I have long been gifted the gift of sight, as many of my people. What do you seek here, travelers?
I'm like,
Note, she did not say Casimir's name.
my eyes are like drilling into the back of Casimir's head. He can't see it, but
Oh, we seek information about this land. We are new here, or at least I am. Look around a little bit at everybody else, and I'm still, and I think we are still coming to terms with what exactly the situation is, and maybe how we could be of help to some degree to the peril that besets many innocent people here.
No, I'm sure you have figured out the situation here is quite grave. Strahd
Indeed, yeah.
has tormented the people of this land for far too long. Far too long. That is why I summoned you here.
You summoned us.
I'm sorry, what's that?
You summoned
You summoned us.
us?
She smiles when you ask that. And you see she's missing like 2 or 3 teeth. She looks like she looks like an old beggar woman, when she says that. But Darren, anybody proficient in insight, which I think Darren is, anybody else, if you're proficient, please roll insight.
18.
22.
Nice.
19.
6.
You're all proficient in insight? Wow.
Yep.
Kevin, you seem a little rattled, so you don't quite see anything. But as you see this kind of wild-eyed woman, the two of you that are proficient in insight, you get almost kind of a Yoda moment here, like as she's kind of talking in kind of a strange way and smiling in a way that's, there's more there. Clearly, she's leading you on, that she's not this weak old woman. You can sense something more behind her visage that she's giving you. But she just smiles when you say that. Of course. It is I who summoned you here. Do you think it was Strahd? She chuckles when she says that.
Did you also summon the Mad
I
Wizard?
said from the back.
You say to what end in a very Rogue One moment? What is she saying?
What is she proposing? Best line in that movie.
Drew, what did you say? Did you also summon the Mad Wizard?
Did you also summon the Mad Wizard? Yeah.
She nods at you. She looks at you and nods. She doesn't answer. Instead, she answers Darren. But you get a kind of a yes moment from her. What did you say again?
To what end?
No, to what end? To end the curse, of course. You see, for many years, Strahd has brought mercenaries, adventurers here. Some to play with. Some, he believes, could lift the curse by finding someone of his equal. Someone that could take his place. But none have survived. This has gone on for centuries. So yes, Dragomir works for Strahd, but it is I who selected who Dragomir sought for these last few years. Looking for someone that can finally put an end to this. I summoned the 4 of you. She looks over at Kevin now. I did not expect you to be here, Casimir of the Vistani. Do you come as friend or foe?
Of course I come as friend.
Do they know who you are?
They know me as Casimir, yes.
She smiles when she says that. Interesting. You may have to come
This is
to
going to be a
terms
Scooby-Doo
with that.
moment.
You may have to come to terms with that someday, my child.
Come to terms with what?
She just looks at you and kind of cocks her head. I know who you are. I knew your mother.
I know, she speaks very highly of you.
Indeed. I just wondered if your friends will trust you when you finally tell them who you really are.
I'm not so sure they trust me already. I don't think they trust me now.
You may have to come.
I mean,
to
I've
terms
only
with
really
that.
known this guy for like 15 hours really at this point, so,
He did save my life though, so there's
To hell and
it's
back,
going
though,
up.
yeah.
Yeah. So, I've been nothing but an ally to these folk.
We shall see, shall we not?
Why us? Why did you pick the 4 of us?
I have seen in the stars. You each carry great powers with you. The strength of warriors, the strength of gods, the strengths of demons. She says, she looks at each of you. Ending with Lysander when she says demons.
Could've gone either way.
Yeah. You have already proven yourself against the mists, the magic of the mists. It will take someone of great character, great strength, if you are to defeat Strahd. Or if you wish to leave.
As you said, the situation is dire. What is there to do? Everything we've heard, it sounds as if it's an unbreakable curse, and Strahd's pact is signed in blood and ironclad, and he is immovable and immortal as time itself.
He is quite powerful. There is no question about it. But he is still just a vampire. A powerful vampire. An old vampire. Stronger than any of the vampires you will find in this land, but I believe he can be destroyed.
He has his weaknesses. This I know.
Some weaknesses, yes. But it will take more than a stake through the heart to destroy Strahd.
Does he need to be destroyed, or can he be returned back to the prince that he was?
Many believe that to be true. Even Strahd believes that to be true. I do not know if that is possible. There could be answers.
Seems pretty harsh
to that question in the mountains to the north. It is there at the Amber Temple that Strahd made his pact with the Dark Ones.
Would you say Amber Temple?
Yep. She says in the north.
Is that
she
where the
says
map
up to the north.
It's the north. Oh, sorry, south. South Mountain. Drew said north originally. That's Sparatok. South is where she refers to the southern temple, or southern mountain. I gotta get the name of that mountain real quick. Don't remember its offhand. That is Mount Gacus. Mount Gacus.
So
I take a bite of food.
you want him destroyed, right?
Yeah, I said I take a bite of food, and I said, so you would see him destroyed?
If it
As
means
opposed to
freeing,
him being...
if it means seeing the people of Barovia freed, yes. If he can be cured, that would be good as well, of course.
Are the people that were outside inside?
No. He walked off. He kind of escorted you to the tent, and then you see him. He's moved on back to the tent, to the fire, excuse me.
Oh, I don't know. Would I have heard any other conversation? I don't know if I would have heard any other conversation.
You're pretty far away. I was about 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40 feet. I mean, they weren't yelling, so probably not near the water, washing happening.
I did hear him say Lord, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So then I would say your men outside seem still very reverent to the prince. The vibe that I got was not that they would want him to be destroyed.
They are young. I have lived here many lives. I have seen what Strahd has done, what he is capable of. His time to rule here must come to an end. That is why I brought you here.
What help can you give us to that end?
If you allow me to read your fortune, perhaps I can help you with certain things that may assist you in your journey in Barovia.
Is she reading our tea leaves?
You asking that question?
I'm already
just
walking
making sure I
up,
didn't.
like I'm totally intrigued.
Mm.
The character would be totally like I
Yeah.
walk up, set my plate down on her thing, or whatever, and like, let's do it.
If you wish, I certainly can. And she'll get up and she'll keep talking if you want to, but she gets up from her chair and she moves over to her trunk, opens it. see her pull out a much smaller box, about the size of, a little smaller than a bread box. Picks it up, closes the trunk, and makes her way back to the table, sits down. Anybody saying anything or asking anything while you have her here? Before she continues her monologue.
I don't know if I'm gonna hold. I don't think that Roderick can hold on to this question, and I don't know if Tatiana is Irina, right? And Stroud, as old as Rovia has been cursed, and this lady, Madame Ava, has been around many lives. Like they said, that centuries. So that would make Tatiana Irina also like centuries old. Like, what is time doing here?
She, as you asked, are you asking that out loud?
Oh yeah, put that all out there.
Okay.
He just couldn't hold it in. He's like, ah.
Yeah. Roderick doesn't have the brain power to really kind of sort that one out.
As you ask that, she looks at Irina, kind of gives her a sorrowful look, kind of takes, young lady, give me your hand. Irina looks at her brother, looks at all of you, and very cautiously hands her, kind of puts her hand towards the table. She says, "You have nothing to fear here, child." She just takes her hand in her two much older hands, just kind of pats her wrist for a moment, looks up at her. Yes. You are Tatiana, are you not? My poor child. I don't know what that means. she says.
Right.
She just kind of shakes her head like, what? What do you mean? My name is Irina. It has always been Irina. She looks at you, Roderick, since you asked the question. Barovia is when we say Barovia is cursed, it is cursed in both this life and the next. Even the souls of those who pass do not ever leave Barovia. I am afraid that death here is permanent in Barovia. Many of the Barovians here have no souls, as there are not enough to go around. When people die, their souls are trapped within the mists, and sometimes will find their way to new bodies. She looks at Irina. I'm afraid you must carry she not must, she would know. You carry the soul of Tatiana, his beloved, which is why he seeks you. And as she says that, you remember kind of something flashes in your mind, the bartender that seemed to have no life in the bar, who was just kind of cleaning those glasses over and over again. Just seemed like a person with nothing, no soul.
Total
no
soulless
life.
husk.
Yeah.
Perfect
kinda
hourly
starts-
worker.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm totally joking.
Are you?
Are you?
Felt pretty on brand, actually.
Yeah. Right on there.
Yeah, it just starts to come together as she says that. So you see, Roderick, many of those that you see living here in Barovia, many of them are reincarnated from those that have passed before. It
This
also
place
means...
is...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, this place is so weird. So what happened to the soul that she had? Was she born without one and she just adopted the other one? Or like, because she was an adopted, or she... Oh man, my head hurts. Sit down.
There's no seat. You skipped the seats. There's no
Oh,
place to
that's
sit.
right.
Seats are taken.
Take deep breaths.
She may have been born without the soul and took one, or she may have been born with the soul. We have seen both in Barovia. The magics here are very powerful. I'm afraid there is only one way out, and that is through Strahd. So I apologize now that I have trapped you here. But know I have done it for all the right reasons.
I'm not even supposed to be here. I was just going on a short adventure with Rivers.
I'm afraid you are supposed to be here.
No,
It is in the stars I saw your faces and the possibility to destroy Strahd. But, as your friend has asked, you're now standing there, as you have asked, there may be ways to help. And as she says that, she finally opens the box and pulls out a deck of cards, tarot cards. She starts to shuffle them in her hand. Kevin, did I lose you? This is kind of an important part, so I wanted to make sure
He said BRB.
Okay, got it. All right, well, I'm going to keep going. But she starts to kind of shuffle this deck of cards in her hand. And obviously, Darren, you've seen tarot card readings before.
I've done them.
You've done them before. They're usually hokum.
I know. I'm watching very carefully.
Oh yeah,
that's
right.
why
Cal
I get it.
calls his
I was
straight
like,
swindler.
is he intrigued because he wants to see something? Oh, he's trying to poke holes in it. I get it.
She's like,
She starts-
I know this
I'm
one.
looking for the ace of the sleeve.
Yeah.
She starts to shuffle them, and as she does, she places them on the table. The whole deck right down on the table. And from the top, she draws 4 cards face down, places them on a table. On the table, excuse me. Let me pull up something real fast. Here it is. Worked. You see 4 cards placed on a table, and yes, there are branded When Bards Attack cards.
I want a set.
Get them in our merch section while supplies last.
That's right.
We'll put it in the Twitch comments down below. Check the about section.
We should absolutely do that. But yeah, she places down these. So she takes out this deck of cards. She places down 4 cards from left to right. She looks at all of you. Are you ready to hear your fortunes? She looks at you, Darren.
Let's go.
This first card, she puts her hand over it, closes her one eye, closes both eyes, but closes her eyes, puts her hand over it. This first card tells of history, knowledge of the ancient, a tome that will better help you understand the devil. And with that, she turns the first card over. Oh, Lord. There it goes. And you see the card called the Dictator. You can zoom in if you want, and I'll share these in a minute as well, along with everything she says. But the Tome of Secrets sleeps where stones tower and whispers of ancient memories. Towers reach toward forgotten skies, but not all towers hold what you seek. Walls that have witnessed darkness guard this knowledge. But remember, not all towers reach for the sky. Some crouch in the shadows. It waits in a place of stone. Seek ye the Monkey Man. That's what she says.
That
Ethan's-
sounds a lot like something that my dad would say when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It does. They can confirm.
It's the card, the Dictator. That's what she says, and I will actually post these this way as well.
This might be your mom, Rivers. Just so
Yeah. Hang on a second. Where are you from?
The reading.
My dad did do a lot of MDMA, so
This is some real party shit right here.
There it is. Big on
A
the
lot of
screen
year
now.
board.
If you
Geez,
scroll down a little bit, don't scroll down too far because I think it'll
Oh,
show all
oops.
the cards. But
Yeah, it shows all.
yeah, so just you can scroll down. You can see the words that she said in case you ever want to reread it. It'll be available, and I'll post these in our little player handbook as well. But that's what she says about the first card. She then looks at all of you and moves her hand towards the second card. This card is a power of strength. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, she says, and then turns the second card over. You could scroll down if you'd like, and you see the Avenger is what she draws, a woman holding a blade. And she says the following: "The brother's heart is a landscape. Follow its contours. The blade you seek is not a weapon of metal, but of memory. It waits where light becomes eternal, where sorrows and memories linger. Not all prisons are made of stone. Some are crafted of grief, of memory, of the spaces between what is lost and what might be found. The blade sleeps with the dragon of stone. Follow the brother's tears, but do not mistake the path for the destination." That's what she says. And you can scroll down a little bit. All of that is written there. She says that. Anybody saying anything while she continues? But she just goes straight for the third card unless someone interrupts or stops her.
Mm-mm. Nope.
Okay. She draws the third card. Can everyone please make a perception roll, please?
It's like my shittiest perception.
Wow, we like all rolled this.
You're all watching the cards. That's how this works.
Roderick of all people.
Roderick's not watching the cards. Okay. A breeze blows through. But no, nobody notices anything so far unless I'm missing one. Who am I missing? Darren.
22 doesn't notice anything?
Nope. I rolled really high.
Who's this?
Rivers. I'm missing somebody. Who is that? Oh, it's Darren's. Oh, it's up there. I see it. Sorry, I'm using
No,
your
it's up
screen.
there, yeah.
It looks different. It's a different color. Yeah, you don't notice anything, Roderick, but yeah, a little breeze blows through the tent. She moves her hand to the third card and gets ready to turn it over. Sorry, I forgot to read the first part first. This card speaks of an unlikely ally that will aid you in your journey. She turns over the traitor card. Not all allies, she says, wears human shapes. Some wear moonlight like a second skin. Your path crosses where hunger and purpose become one. Seek the one who remembers when revenge was a language spoken in blood. And with that, she starts to turn over the fourth card. Before she does, she says the following. This last card tells of a powerful force for good and protection in these dark times, lost to the annals of history, a holy symbol of great hope. And with that, she turns over the last card. And you see I can't quite see it on my screen. Oh, there it is. The Illusionist. Seek the fallen angel at the... And as she says the word the, what you didn't see, Roderick, is you see a blade come right through the center of her chest. Bright, glowing red. Hot. You see it go right through the center of her chest. You all see the blade. That's it. And behind her, as the blade kind of moves through her chest, you see just sort of a silhouette of a shadow standing behind her. As the blade moves through her chest, and you see her eye just kind of go wide, the card goes kind of gets pushed off the table as she kind of drops to her hands. You see, and I'm coloring this out in a long way, but this all happens relatively instantly. You see her eyes get sunken in. Her skin just turns old and gray and hollowed like a husk as you see her entire, what looks like her life, just start to be drained away instantly. She looks almost like somewhere between zombie and skeleton, almost instantly, within like a second. You see her whole life just kind of just fade away. And you see this shadow standing behind her. And you hear a voice from it as you all are sort of caught by surprise as this blade is glowing, almost humming like a lightsaber, just kind of just humming through her chest. You just hear a voice, and it's Strahd's voice for sure. It speaks through this shadow. You just hear, "Woman, you were done meddling in my affairs." Yanks the knife out, and she just drops on the table, and it just kind of collapses over. Irina screams and just kind of stumbles back from the chair, and you see this shadow just standing in front of you. And with that, we need to roll for initiative immediately.
Renly was killed by a shadow with the face of Stannis Baratheon.
Mm-hmm. You're not wrong.
Same vibe.
You're not wrong. It's the vibe I was going for there, for sure.
The card she just pulled? Come on.
Someone pick up that damn card before the fucking shadow steals it.
Well, you already have the card. I mean, you'll get to see the card. But if you look at the text, it literally stops and says that.
Oh, really?
Oh, does it really?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, it does.
I kind of imagine the Monty Python scene right there. It says, "Ah!"
Yeah.
Perhaps he was dictating.
That's where my head went. As I was writing it, I laughed, and I thought about that scene in my head. Like, should I write "ah" on the card? I probably should.
If you had written I just would have said it.
Oh, boy.
That's great. Is that from Holy Grail?
Yeah, that would be a little
Yeah.
Yeah.
Casimir, you were the first to react as you see this blade just get pulled out. This thing is nearly invisible. It is just a shadow of an outline. But you see it just kind of, the air moves around it. That is your perception roll. That's a plus 10 to stealth. I rolled a 19 when I made the roll, so at a 29 against Pat's 22. It was possible to be seen coming in, but unlikely. Not with that 19. All right, Kevin, you're the first to react as this blade comes out. She drops, seemingly instantly removed of life and energy. Are you doing anything? How do you react?
Take a step back, cast Mage Armor.
Okay. Okay. Done.
And that's it for now. But kind of take a couple steps back away.
Okay. Yeah, we're theater of the minding this. Everybody is within melee range unless you specifically kind of move back. So you kind of move out of melee range, kind of back into the crowd a little bit, Kevin?
Yeah.
Like all the way out of the tent, or just sort of 10 feet away?
No, just to the back of it,
like
yeah.
Okay, got
Closer.
it.
Just
Lysander.
a couple steps towards the entrance or exit, as it is now.
Got it. Yeah. It's about a 15-foot around tent, so you're either 5 feet away, 10 feet away, or at 15 you're basically at the edge of the tent, and then you're outside. Lysander, you're the second to react.
Yeah, so as Irina gets up and screams, since I'm right next to her, like, grab up, kind of grab her, and put my hand over her mouth, and kind of muffle her screams, and start making my way with her towards the tent door.
Okay, so you're going to drag her out. She won't resist, but it'll be half movement, so you could basically get to the edge of the tent, or basically out just at the edge.
Start making my way towards... What's up?
No, nope. Go ahead.
Oh.
Finish.
Yes, as soon as like where I'm going is like we need to get like the hell out of here. Like I don't want to have to fight a bunch of Vestani or whatever. So I'm gonna try to make my way for the horses.
Okay. Yeah, you start pulling back, and yeah, you as you pull out of the tent and you kind of turn, you can definitely see that her scream did not go unnoticed. There's people looking this general direction, like what the hell just happened. So that's what you see. All right, but you pull her out. You do stop her from like bringing a ton of attention, but definitely people are looking. And of course, they see you like dragging this girl out. Next,
Bad news is pregnancy scare. It's terrible.
Rivers, you are the next to react.
I mean, I'd probably try to just pull the flail and swing on this thing.
All right, you yank out the flail, stand up, and go to arms.
Yeah, I can't imagine that. It doesn't seem very corporeal, you know. I don't think I'm gonna hit it. But, yeah,
you may make your attack, but you must make it with disadvantage.
No problem. $14.
14. As you swing, it goes wide. You see the thing just kind of shifts out of the way, almost inhumanly like. You just see it kind of twist out of the way as the shadows just kind of move around it. It goes wide. Any movement or anything else, Rivers?
Am I able to kind of step in front of Irina at all?
Yeah, well, Drew's kind of pulling her back, so yeah, anywhere.
Right, Drew's pulling her back. Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, I'll just like try to move myself in front of that situation.
Okay, got it. All right. Well, as it were, the Phantom is next in the initiative order. So as you take a swing at it and step up in front of it, you see it kind of pulls back this dagger and swings at you. You will note as it pulls back, the dagger after it pulled it out of Irina, or excuse me, out of Madame Ava, is no longer glowing. It doesn't seem to have that red lightsaber glow to it anymore, but does take a swing at you. 15.
Miss.
Swings past overhead, and then turns, kind of twists his arm around and takes very deftly quick jab the other direction for an 18.
Mine's an 18. That hits, right?
So that's a hit. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Bottomed out. 4 points of force damage.
Force damage? Okay.
Yep. Okay. So he stabs at you. That's what it does. As it pulls back, that's all it does. As it does, it kind of takes a little bit of a step back, Ethan, still within melee range of you. And at its left and right leg, you start to see shadows kind of forming around it. You see on its left side what looks to be some sort of a four-legged creature kind of made out of pure shadow appears to its left and to its right. One of them leaps at you immediately, Ethan, kind of targeting you directly. And then who else was sitting down? Lysander was. So the other one leaps at you. They just jump right from its legs, all 4 haunches. You can see it looks like a dog. It looks like a shadowy dog as it leaps at each of you.
Lysander's not there anymore.
Oh, no, Lysander
the
moved.
direction.
Yeah, Lysander moved, so it would be Roderick.
No, it was the brother.
The brother wasn't sitting. Roderick was on the ground. Casimir stood up and kind of backed away, so you would have been one of the closer ones. So it'd either be you or Pat were the closest next two. So I'm going to roll 50-50 on that. So Kevin 1 to 10. Pat's coming after you. So one
I was going to say, just honestly, I would move in position in like where Lysander
next to Rivers
is going.
Yeah.
So
okay,
yeah.
Fair enough. All right. Well, Rivers at you. That is a 24.
Barely hits.
Barely hits. I know. And I need you to make a strength saving throw, please.
That's no problem at all. 22.
Okay, it tries to drag you down to the ground to bring you prone. It does not. However, it did do 11 points of piercing damage as it bit into you. I almost maxed out that roll. Okay, then over to Pat, who was next. That is a 12 to hit. So you as you step in, you kind of block it down and out of the way. With that, that is all of the villains' turns. Cal Solis, over to you.
So there are two
Two little puppies.
little puppies.
Yeah, big puppies. Think the creature from Ghostbusters, but about the size of Pippa.
All right.
Throw a squeaky toy. Just
Yeah. All right.
Squeak, squeak.
yeah. Go get
You
it.
can do that.
Who's a good boy?
But they're made of shadow. As
Yeah,
well.
they look like shadows. Yeah.
They are made of shadow and hatred, just to clarify, so they will not pursue the squeaky toy.
Who's a good shadow of hatred? Who is?
All right. I am going to also head towards the door. On my way, I'm going to speak a holy word at the one that attacked Rivers.
The assassin or the dog?
The dog.
Okay, the one that's on top.
Yeah.
Got it. Or trying to be on top.
Yeah.
Okay, attack roll, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, and this is radiant damage?
Yes.
Alright. You may make your attack. Not at disadvantage. 10 is just gets out of the way as this blast of energy that you speak kind of comes out and kind of lights up the area for a second. You can see as it shines near him, you can see it kind of hisses at the light, kind of growls at it for a second as it steps out of the way. But you make yourself to the door. That's 15 movement. Anything else?
I am all. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Just keep going. I'm going for the horses.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you hear it growl at you as you go. Roderick, over to you.
Like I said, with Lysander and Irina moving, I'm just like going to kind of slide the pass and like take that position for the dog attack. Can I?
Mhm.
I'm activating rage,
Okay.
like at the top of. I'm gonna go like straight for the dude, the shadow thing, and just try to give him with the hammer. I try to just like as I'm coming in and slide past, like bring the hammer up and just kind of like maximize the amount of shadow I hit. If that
Okay.
makes sense.
And you broke up for just a second there for me. So who are you going after?
The shadow,
Shadow guy.
The
the
assassin?
person, not
Okay,
the dog.
got it.
Got
Got it.
Yes.
Understood. Yeah, they're all shadows, so thank you. The humanoid. All right. This is going to be at disadvantage, unfortunately. So if you decide to reckless, it would be a straight attack.
Oh, what's reckless?
Yes. Why not? Go ahead.
Why not? Booyah! That's a 19.
That's a hit. It's a big ol' hit.
Okay. 1d10 plus 6. Okay. 12.
Nice. Okay, got it.
An additional. Hold on. 1d6.
Nice.
Maxed
Oh,
out.
cool. 18.
Nice.
An additional 6 of radiant.
Yep. Gonna ask you to give me the bludgeoning and radiant separate for this attack for all future attacks. I saw them, so you're good. Yeah, as the hammer goes through, it definitely doesn't look like it's gonna take as much purchase as you wanted. It feels like a good hit, but it sort of phases through him a little bit. But as you send this radiant energy through it, that seems to really push this thing back, and you see it kind of stumble back. Would you like to push this thing? Because you do have that option up to 10 feet away.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to
So-
slap it right out of the tent if I can.
Yeah, you literally. Yeah, that's exactly what would happen. So as this radiant light slams into it, you see it go stumbling back through the tent, and it just phases right through it. It doesn't go through the tent, doesn't move. It just kind of Scooby Doo's like a ghost, like right through the tent flap. Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah, so it's 10 feet back now. Any movement, Roderick?
Hold on one second.
There's one creature in threat range.
Well, I'm gonna follow him. Actually, I'm just gonna go straight through.
Okay, yeah, you can just push your way through the tent, absolutely, if you want.
No, I'm not. Never mind. I'm not gonna.
No, stay in.
Okay, yeah. Then I'll go straight through, just past
Is that the back of the tent?
Ava, and go straight.
You can it can be pushed up. I mean, it's not like
Sorry, I
tented
think
down.
I'm a little delayed. I'm gonna go straight for the shadow human.
Okay, so you're gonna follow it. You are. Why don't you hang up and redial in and see if it course corrects, because you are coming in a little bit. Here you go. Okay, that was Roderick. Casimir, back to you.
Okay, so where are the puppies in relation to me?
So they're basically about 10 feet in front of you. One is biting on Rivers. One is trying to bite down on Roderick. Roderick pushes the shadow basically through the tent flap on the back of the tent, and then you just push your way through the tent, is what I think I heard. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so you just kind of lift up the tent from the ground. You kind of, just kind of push your way out. So they disappear. So you have two puppies standing in front of you.
Got
About
it.
10,
Okay.
about 10 feet away.
My cantrip of green flame blade,
Okay.
and go in to stab one of these puppies with my dagger.
Okay.
Wow, ruthless.
And you have night vision, correct?
Correct.
Okay, then you are not at disadvantage.
They all had night vision too.
Oh, they do have night vision. Okay. I did forget about that. That was 2 nights ago that you cast that spell.
It wasn't 2 nights ago. It was 1 night ago.
Well, it was 2 game nights ago, is my point. I did forget. Did you miss Ethan because of disadvantage?
I missed because of, yes.
Get me another d20. I did forget you guys currently have night vision, so...
okay.
You
I
can,
said it wasn't going to come in handy during the daytime.
yeah, I did say that.
Should I
That's
just
before I
roll a
wrote
straight
this
attack
episode.
roll?
Yeah, just make another attack roll for me.
I got a 15 to hit with my dagger.
I still missed, so don't
Yeah.
worry.
I just, as Madam Ava, I saw that coming and clearly just saved us all time. 16, that was a hit, Kevin. 15, that was a hit.
Yeah, 15. Okay, great. So the stab is 7 points,
Nice.
and then green flame blade pops over to the other one that's chomping down on Roderick,
Yeah.
and does another. I think it's just the modifier, so +4.
Another 4. Yep, another 4 fire damage. Singes it, absolutely. Okay. Casimir, anything else?
And I believe that should be all that I can do. Yes.
Okay. Any movement?
No, stay where I am. Yeah.
Stay that? Okay, staying there with Rivers. Lysander, you are at the back of the
Rivers,
tent. You've got Arena, who seems to be gathering herself. I forgot to do... I'll put an initiative so I know where he is. Ismark. Ismark seeing Rivers, he will be at the end of the round, so I'll do him real quick. Seeing you go, take a big chomp, Rivers, he'll charge over and take 2 swings at the dog that's on you. And that is a miss and a hit. 1d10. Just longsword, 7 + 3, 10. All right. And that was on Rivers, boy. Okay. Sorry, forgot about him. Lysander. He sees you pulling an Arena out. He takes a swing at it. Yeah, yes, get her to safety. Quickly. That's what he'll say.
Continue moving out of the tent,
Okay.
and making my way toward our horses.
Yeah, you do. As you come out of the tent, I mean, you're still kind of dragging her. Now, she will move with you. She lets go of any kind of fight or scream. How does this look? I want to see what the Vistani see exactly at this point.
Yeah, so the Vistani would have so I guess I would have kind of cupped, put one hand around her arm around her waist, the other hand around her mouth, kind of muffle the scream, and kind of, moved her out.
Yeah.
But then as she kind of walks with me, just kind of less like I'm carting her away, and more like I'm got my arm around her.
Okay. And is this going to be like a run or a brisk walk? What is this? Again, color this out as you...
Well, so as we leave the tent, does the Vistani would see a shadowy figure kind of phase through the tent, right?
It would be on the back side. They would not have seen that.
Okay. I'm just like wondering, like, what would be believable here? It's like, oh, we're fine, it's fine. And all of a sudden, like, the tent flies up out of the air, and
Yeah. He just kind of lifted the flap up and went out, so off the back. And it's a 15-foot tent. It's a big ass tent.
I gotcha. Yeah. So just kind of calmly, as though like trying to through body language put things at ease. Or like simmer things down, not draw any more attention.
So you're trying to make this look natural, like you're just moving out quickly for the moment.
Yeah.
Give me a deception check, please, or performance. I'm fine with either one.
I'm gonna go with deception because one more higher. I got a 19.
Nice. Yeah, so you make it look as natural as possible. Just gotta scream. They don't go to immediate call to arms as they see you come out, but you definitely see them looking at you as you make your way pretty much back towards the middle where your horses are, and a couple of them get up like, what's this going on? They're gonna ask instead of just attacking or kind of springing into action. They're gonna.
She's okay. She just her fortune was bad news.
Nice, and that's the deception roll. Yeah, okay, I love it. Yeah, they are taking that in at least for the moment, and you guys can make it to the horses in one round, so you're there.
Yeah, get to our horses. Get on the kind of put her on the horse. Get on the horse with her. Grab the reins of the other horses and start making our way toward the tent.
Okay.
With all the horses in tow.
Okay, you're gonna try to move all the horses.
Correct.
Are you getting on a horse, or are you just kind of dragging the horses, I assume?
Gathering up all the reins, putting her on a horse, getting on the same horse with her, and then trotting over.
Try to pull them forward. Okay. Give me one more roll, and that's an animal handling check. It's a roll that never gets rolled. Let's throw that in here. Let's see if you can control 4 horses.
Chat's all those animal handling proficiencies.
Yeah. 17, I'll take it. Yeah, you managed to start making their way that way. Over to Rivers. So this creature is laying into you.
I'm swinging at it.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. No disadvantage on the shadow dog.
15.
Okay, yeah, absolutely a hit.
15 for 8 damage.
Got it. That's with the flail, correct?
With the flail.
Thank you. Yeah, you slam into it. Anything else?
Named it yet.
I know.
It does have that disadvantage on its next attack.
Good to know.
Otherwise, no. I am gonna actually. No, I'm not. Yep, that's it.
Okay, Pat, you follow this shadow creature out, who stumbles out, and as he does, and the sunlight kind of, what little there is, kind of hits, you see it comes kind of more corporeal. It becomes more visible, and you actually hear as he kind of pushes back and looks up, hisses at you. You see kind of some steam kind of start rolling off of him a little bit. Go ahead and do give me a D6, Pat.
As he comes out and kind of gets hit by the sun, also say, "I can see you."
Okay, love it. He takes 5 points of radiant damage as he goes into the sunlight. Good move there, Pat. Good
Nice.
move. So he stumbles back, but seeing you kind of coming at him, he is going to stab you twice, or attempt to. Here they come.
Stabby.
Stabs. It's a nat 20 and a 12. So
That's-
one's a hit for sure, and one's a miss. So that is 11 plus D8 of force damage. Unfortunately, you do not take this at half. Roll a 1 at least, so 12 points of force damage, Pat, as it stabs you in the gut.
A 4. Ooh. Nice.
All right, that's his go. The puppy dog in front of you, Rivers, will attempt to bite you one time with disadvantage. I will remember.
I'm gonna go potty and grab a soda.
Dice is cocked, but it doesn't matter. That's a miss. Cannot get in there. You block it aside with your blade. No problem. The last one is up. Seeing, let's see who's left in the tent. Ismark is. It's going to go after Ismark.
I did just stab him.
Oh, you stabbed him too. That's right. Well, you both kind of attacking the creature. So I'll do again.
Oh, it's
Kevin.
It's the two.
Kevin, he looks at you. Since you did just stab him. Right. That is a 20 to hit. Kevin?
No.
Just miss.
That
Just-
is.
Yeah. That is 6, 7, 8 points of piercing damage.
Ouch.
And that's their go. Calsolus, you've made it to the back of the tent. You see the horses coming your way. They will be there at the beginning of the round. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna meet him. I'm gonna hop on a horse.
You're just going to jump on a horse. Okay. Any actions besides jumping on the horse? Jumping on the horse is a...
Where I'm at, what can I even see?
let me look at the map. We get the map pulled up still. Oh, I moved it. Hold on. Let me switch the map. I just want to look at the angles here on this thing real quick. Kind of imagining for a moment if you could see, you might be able to see Pat's fight going on to the side, depending on your view. Let's see. Activate. Yeah, I would say you can see Pat and the shadow creature off to the kind of behind the tent from your, just barely from your angle as you're kind of climbing up on the horse.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, I can see them fighting without not wanting to draw too much attention to myself. I will also whisper under my breath some holy word towards the creature that Pat's fighting.
Yeah, okay.
16.
That's a hit on the dot.
4 radiant.
4 radiant damage, 4 more radiant damage. I believe that's going to be 8 then. On this boy. No, it doesn't take extra damage from it. Just regular damage from it. Okay. Alright. Anything else, Darren? You're on a horse.
Bring him towards the front of the.
Yeah, they're coming. Drew's already bringing them there. All right, Roderick, over to you. Stani, well, they'll go last along with Ismark.
Pat stepped away
Okay,
to grab
step away for a second.
soda.
Okay. Well, the Vistani, seeing you guys are getting on the horses, they definitely seem confused as you're kind of leaving very quickly from their vantage point. I'm going to make a perception check to see if any of them see the battle going on from their angles here, just for grins. Nope. They're not paying attention to that yet. They're watching Drew and the woman get abducted, sort of, but maybe not really. You're leaving so soon. They're just going to say something. Is everything okay?
We were told by Madame Ava that we have to make our way north to the wizard post haste.
Oh, okay. One more deception roll, Drew.
Yeah. 24.
He believes it. He is positive. This is it. He believes the lie. They believe the lie.
Madam Ava said so.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right.
she said, oh, yes, of course. Of course. I wish you great, wish you safe travels along the roads. Is what he'll say. They won't engage. You've managed to hold them off. Pat, are you back yet? Oh, he's back. Perfect. Pat, over to you. From your vantage point, Pat, you push this thing back. It's fighting with you. You can see the horses are now in front of the tent, so just kind of around the corner, you can see the horses are there. You can see Lysander and a few of the others are now getting on the horses. What are you doing?
Is that thing still in front of me?
It is still in front of you, yeah.
Does it look like it wants to go another round? Because I did.
Oh, it's
Punch
still
it.
there.
Actually, yeah, hammer it rather. Instead of going up with the hammer this time,
Yeah.
double hand and
Okay.
yeah. Reckless
Is it
attack.
okay? So with advantage this time.
I thought you were going to straight Captain Kirk punch this thing.
All right, so deception roll. So far a hit, but you can go crit fish if you'd like.
19 to hit.
Yeah, roll again for the
Yeah.
possible advantage crit fish.
Exact same
19's
roll.
Definitely a hit. Damage, please. Give me the bludgeoning damage separate, real quick. Start there.
Bludgeoning damage is, I can't see, that's a 9.
9. Yep, got it.
Is it possible you skip me, Doug?
No, it's about to be you. You're next. He green. Pat's last. He's next.
Oh.
1. Got it. Okay. Singes him a little bit. Oh, whoops. Okay. Pat, any movement? Would you like to push him back 10 feet? Would you like to do anything?
Into the water.
Yeah, push him back again.
Okay, you push him back.
And then continue stalking forward.
Okay, you're just staying with him, just stalking into him. Okay. Got it. Okay,
In
Casimir.
fact, is that pushing him back towards the water?
It is, yeah. You're kind of at an angle, like it would, eventually it'll be the water, it'll be probably another turn. If you hit him again, you'd be at the lake.
All right, prepare that swing.
He'd be right at the edge of the lake right now. 10 and 10 more, he'd be right with the horsey. The horses are all scattered as you push your way back. And I'd say at that point, as you push your way into the horses and towards the lake, as the horses go running, the Vistani start looking around, trying to figure out what the hell's going on around the place. Casimir, over to you.
Both dogs are still there.
Yep. The one on Rivers looks heavily injured from your stab. The other one doesn't look too bad yet.
Oh, I stabbed the other one.
did
And then
I do them
sent
backwards?
and said to flame to the one that was on River.
Okay.
the
I did
green
it backwards. That's fine. I think it was 4. I can figure that out.
And I'm going to do the same thing.
Got it. Handled. Okay.
Thank
Same thing again.
you. Yep.
Okay. Fired up. I love that you're using a little dagger.
Oh, 9.
9. That one does not connect. Doggy leaps out of the way to the side as you stab it towards him. Not
part
wanting
of
to
my-
feel that green flame again.
Part of my problem, Doug, is that all the things I chose are like necrotic damage. So
Well, yeah, that's not. Yeah, there's not everything is immune to necrotic. I mean, undead probably not a great choice, but these are not undead.
Oh,
These do not
okay.
appear to be undead
Oh.
by any means. These look like
Okay.
some sort of shadow creature of some sort. Okay, anything else, Casimir? Any movement? You see the horses are now back by the front of the tent.
No, stay with Rivers.
Okay, staying with Rivers. Lysander, over to you. You are now in front of the tent. You can see inside. You see Rivers kind of fighting with this dog. Oh, I forgot about his mark. His 2 swings. At the end of that round. Take his 2 swings at the doggy next to him. That is a hit and a hit. 2 hits. Darren, give me 2d10s for me, please. 2d10 plus 6 altogether. Nice. 21 points of damage between the 2 swings. You hear the dog kind of yipe and then just, starts backing away as he pushes into it. All right, Lysander, over to you.
Cool. Oh boy.
You can see into the tent. You probably can't see Pat now. So you see everybody in the room but Pat. And you see these 2 dogs just getting wailed on by the 2 of them. 3 of them, excuse me.
Yell or not yell, but like loudly talk, like in a strong, firm voice. Quit fucking around with those dogs and let's get the hell out of here.
Okay.
Get on the horses.
Okay. Okay, that's what you say. Any action?
No.
Okay. Rivers, over to you.
this dog that keeps biting me?
Yeah, it looks pretty messed up at this point. They both look. You can see they're both moving much slower now.
It's
The
like
shadowy
my dog
form is
used
starting
say,
to. Oh God! Go
An
ahead.
injured dog sometimes needs to be put down.
I got that one.
I was gonna say that one. It almost seems a little too
On the nose.
on brand, on the nose. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do all
15.
the snout.
15 is absolutely a hit.
Yeah, and that one makes me curious what your dad did for a living.
There's 6.
Yeah, it's like my dad always used to say, a sick dog needs to be put down. It's like, Jesus, dude, my God. That's no good.
Pat, any movement, Rivers? Are you staying there with
I
it?
assume it does not dissipate into nothingness.
Did not dissipate. It looks like it could any second.
Did I hear Lysander as I was taking that like swing? Like, did I hear him from outside of the
Yeah.
tent?
Oh yeah. Yeah. You all heard that.
Well, I guess I'll try to swivel and like position myself to make a quick exit if I can. I mean, no movement per se, I suppose, because I don't want to like disengage with it and get hit. But
Okay. All right. So you're staying there for now. Okay. Sadly, it is all of their turns. Pat, give me a D6 of sunlight damage, please.
Yeah.
For your boy.
2.
Only 2 this round. Okay. He backed up to the water. He's gonna take 2 more swings at you. It's still up. Actually. Yeah. It's gonna stick it out a little bit longer. Pat, that is a miss and a 20. Dirty 20. Not natural. For 4. 4 force damage. A scratch. Okay.
Laugh
that's-
after it.
Okay. And then the dogs. After Ismar charged in on that one and almost killed it in a single turn, that dog is going to attempt to bite him. Nat 20. Son of a biscuit.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's going to hurt. Max is out to 12 plus 6. 18 points to Ismark. I will have to grab that in a second. You see he takes a good bite. Blood starts gushing out of his arm as this dog bites down on his sword arm. The other one, still up, Ethan, not with much left, will take another bite at you for 22 to hit.
Jesus.
Everything above 16 or
Wow.
above.
Yeah.
Luckily, I bottomed out the damage that time. 2, 3, 4, 5 points of piercing damage. That was pretty close. There's a little lower, but not much.
How many dice?
Still hurts.
It's 2d6.
That's not bottoming out.
I rolled a 2 and a 1. He's got a plus. All right, and that's it. Calsolus, over to you. Oh, actually, Ismark needs to make a strength save, and so do you, Rivers. Ismark is
23.
prone. Okay, you're up. Ismark gets proned. Okay, Calsolus. The Vistani at this point are starting to see the horses go running. They're starting to move around the sides of the tent to see what's going on, what spooked the horses. You feel like you have very little time before it becomes clear something is wrong at this point.
So since Lysander's got the other horses at the front, I'm going to ride around back with Roderick.
Okay.
And on my way, I will take another shot at the thing
Yeah.
and then kind of pull up behind Roderick so he can hop on.
Got it. It's like you guys don't want to fight the 12 Vistani.
Yeah. You have very little time before they realize that shit is fucked.
Well, a 19 hit.
19 will hit all day long.
And we'll take 3 more.
Damage is rolled low, but yeah, you see it hisses from that as well. His form is starting to dissipate as well. You start to see it starting to steam off, and he's starting to become more shadow again and less physical. All right, Roderick.
I say to Roderick, we gotta go.
Okay, Roderick, he's right behind you. What do you want to do?
Well, we got a little bit of problem. I don't know. You know what? Hold on. Let's see. Oh yeah, he's gonna hit him again. He's not getting on the horse.
Okay. Well, it would make sense to
Yeah.
hit first because you can knock him back.
That's what I said.
So you have no opportunity attack if you want to move from there. Go ahead, roll the hit. And is it reckless?
It is reckless, yes.
Okay, go ahead and crit fish. That's a hit currently.
Oh,
So close.
That
It
was
is a
close.
hit.
That's-
Give me the damage, please.
Third 19.
Yeah. Pat and I have been rolling great.
Oh, nice.
12 bludgeoning.
Okay, and the radiant.
4 radiant.
Nice.
He
And push
stumbles.
him to the water.
Yeah, he stumbles into the water. You hear this splash. And go ahead and give me, just for next turn, just so I know, because it's a cooler color, give me a d6 real quick.
5.
Nice.
There it is. I was showing Darren. He had 4 hit points left. As he goes into the water, the sun just, you see him just kind of just start to get incinerated by the sunlight. As you see this radiant energy that's just sort of building around him and steam that's coming off. It hits the water and just kind of explodes out in shadows. You see kind of a bright black flash of, and just you see kind of a water kind of go spraying in all directions as it literally explodes. Okay.
Give a good shout and then hop on the horse.
Okay, you hop on the horse. Okay, the horses have their own movement, so do you want them to go anywhere? Darren / you're driving, so.
Where we are. Like back here.
Yep. Basically where that last horse is on the right.
Yeah, these guys are up front.
Yep.
I'm gonna hold until.
You see the Vistani are coming on either side of the tent, looking to see what's going on. What's happening back there? What? Why are you scaring the horses?
I start
It's about to be all bad.
moving slowly, but we're not like taking off.
Okay. Which way are you moving? Back north, which is the direction you guys would be heading. Kind of.
Depends where are they coming from.
They're coming from the left and the right, technically. They're coming from both sides of the tent, kind of scattering around.
This way.
Yeah, exactly. Yep,
So then we'll basically go
that way.
like that.
Yep, and then back towards the road. Got it. So you start kind of trolloping a little bit,
We're just kind of like bringing it
cantering.
around,
Yeah,
and just bringing it
yeah.
around.
Okay, got it. Casimir, over to you. Horses are in front of you. You see the 2 dogs. Both look pretty heavily injured. Heavily injured.
All right. Quickly go over to where Madame Evil was. Step away. And grab the cards and look for anything else that may be there.
So what you see is, there's her crystal ball is there. The box that the cards were there is on the ground, and the deck of cards is pretty well kept together. But they're basically stacked on the ground. The rest of the deck, and then the 4 are just scattered in an area. A little game of 52 card pickup, but most of them are pretty gathered together. You want to kind of scoop them all up?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. You scoop all of them up. I'd say that's probably going to be an action because they're scattered all over the ground. Are you trying to grab the crystal ball as well?
Yes.
Okay. Grab that. All right. So you grab all that stuff up. Any other movements? I'd say that's your action.
Put it into a satchel
Okay.
and
Put in your stuff.
run and walk swiftly to a horse.
Okay. The dogs would have an attack of opportunity if they choose to take it.
Figured as much. Yeah.
Would you like to keep moving, or do you want to wait?
I want to keep moving.
Okay. The one closest to you will try to take a bite out of you as you move away. It snaps at you
Oh boy.
for an 8.
Okay.
Does not. You manage to duck out of the way without any problem. You make it out to a horse. Climb on board. Okay.
Oh,
All right. Let's see. I forgot to do. Yep, I sure did. I gotta put Ismark in this fight. Ismark will take his two. Will actually. Well, he'll start with the one that he was working on. He'll take a quick swing at it. For a 13, that is a hit. Let's do it real fast. For 8, which he slashes apart, just kind of evaporates, and he'll just keep that sword going towards the other one on top of Rivers, or trying to be on top of Rivers. And misses. Son of a bitch. 7. Goes wide. All right. Lysander, over to you. Followed by Rivers.
Yeah. So Calsols is on a horse.
Yep. You see them. They're making their way out, basically. Slowly, but...
Casimir is rummaging through a dead woman's pockets.
Yeah, he's on a horse. He climbs up on a horse. He takes her stuff and jumps on a horse.
He's on a horse.
Yep.
So
It's
only Rivers is...
Yeah, it's Rivers.
Only
and
Roderick
Ismark.
is not on a horse.
No, Roderick's on a horse.
Yeah, he's got Roderick.
We got Roderick.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just
Rivers.
Rivers. Yeah, it's Rivers and Ismark. Ismark's trying to get the dog away from Rivers.
Whispered under my breath to the dog, "Hey Fido, why don't you get the hell out of here?" and have it make a wisdom savings throw, please. 15.
No,
Vicious
it
mockery.
did not.
Yeah,
Did not make
vicious mockery. So it takes 1d6 psychic damage and has disadvantage on next attack roll.
Survive.
If it survives, Darren can see my hit points
So
behind the screen.
I wasn't actually looking.
I know. Oh wait, that was Roderick. Oh, it's the same damn roll. Okay, yeah, it backs away from this sound. It's still sadly alive, but
My God.
by 1. Okay, and then what are you doing? You moving your horse? You starting to make your way away, Drew? Or you waiting?
yeah, I'm starting to make my way away.
Okay, so you're leaving one horse left for the two warrior bros. Okay, Rivers, it's over to you.
Swinging. I rolled an 8.
I see the 8. That is currently a miss.
Action surge. Do it again.
I don't know if he has an action
Oh,
surge yet.
doesn't?
I don't know if he used it yet.
Yeah.
I
you did.
don't. I used my action surge.
When?
Probably during
Last-
the fight. Remember, this is still the same night of the battle in the house. You guys have not rested
Well, I
since
took-
then.
You can use my inspiration.
We rested.
You short rested.
Did we take
Does
a
it come
short
back-
rest?
Yeah, he gets on a short rest.
Oh, yeah, it comes back on a short rest. So, yes, you have it.
for rest. Yeah.
I thought that it would automatically fill back in.
I would have thought so, too.
It should have.
I might have jumbled up how to mechanically do the short
Yeah.
rest on here.
Yeah, but you haven't used it since the short rest, that's for sure.
I should have all my superiority die probably in that
Yeah.
case as well.
Yep. You should.
Yeah.
You can
Okay.
you can use my inspiration if you want.
I'll use the action surge then and swing
Okay.
again.
There
Nice.
we go.
Okay, that's a hit, and then
Well,
I
it
got
has a whole 1 hit point, so
9 damage.
you crush it.
Thank God.
Swing this bright silver flail comes down on the creature and smashes it.
Awesome.
All right, it is gone. With
Cool.
that, I mean, hearing everyone yelling, Ismark would start backing. Kind of picks himself up and starts backing.
Yeah,
towards
me
the
and
horse.
Ismark are our speed walk out of the tent. Like everything is totally fine.
Yeah, well, the Vistani are moving towards the horses, so they're actually, luckily, because Pat kind of jumbled the horses, they're actually trying to go check on the horses and see what's going on. So they're not going into the tent, so they kind of move to the left and right, I was giving you guys 5 rounds. We're on round 4 before they would probably start to really get suspicious here. But Pat kind of diverted them to the horses, so you have a moment. You are able to jump on the horse, and you see everyone else is making their way out. Do you want to ride on out?
Me specifically?
Yeah,
You're the only
You're,
one-
you're the only one left.
Yeah, literally everyone else is on horses, right?
Yeah,
Except
yeah,
for me
yep.
and Ismark.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go with the group. I feel like maybe we should tell them the truth, but I mean, whatever. We're gonna get straight framed on the Vistani is gonna have a hit out for us, but whatever.
Yeah, that's gonna go over great. It wasn't us; it was the invisible assassin.
We're in a cursed vampire haunted
Didn't you see
valley.
how this went in Game of Thrones? I mean, come on, this is like scene for scene.
That's a great point, but at least that we would have a chance. At this point, we're definitely not cool with the Vistani.
Oh no! Now that I stole her stuff.
Tarot cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks like a straight smash and grab now, but sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, get on a horse because I'm just rolling. I'm not gonna sit here by myself and say anything. So yeah, I'm right now.
They did call him Lord Strahd. Like.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, for sure.
We had one ally and she's dead.
You have two allies. You got your Ismark battle bro there.
In the camp.
Totally convinced that Dragomir was totally evil. He could come back and be chill. I'm just kidding.
Well, once you get to Vallaki, you can look for him if you'd like.
Great.
Oh, I will be.
I was definitely waiting until the end to ask her some questions, but
I kept pausing as if I knew that was going to happen.
That is freaking gold.
Ain't no one asking her anything anymore.
Don't worry, you probably still have some explaining to do, Kevin, as she called some things out. So.
Well, yeah, exactly. She called me out and gave me no answers.
I'm pretty sure her soul is trapped in this cursed land. We can probably just get a Ouija board and dial her up again.
I was going to say, we'll find
you
the
may
next
not be wrong.
incarnation.
You got the cards and I got the skills. So
Yeah, you may not be
Yeah.
wrong.
There you go.
I'd say that's very possible based on what I described. And with that, our four horses begin making your way, I assume, continuing north towards Vallaki. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you guys start making your way up, and that is where we are going to stop tonight. Seems like a good place to end. As you leave Madame Ava's, you guys do level up to level 4. You may do that between now and the next game. And we will pick it up. We got a little bit of a break. We're off for a couple of weeks, but we will see you guys next time. And that's it.